This is what
Hallelujah.
you have no idea how much of a pain this ass this was for me, okay? But anyways, we're live.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the
Ew.
stream, you pathetic fucking suck. I mean, never mind.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
my
hey,
God.
hey.
This
They
is
are-
Fuck
PG-13.
you to anybody named Thomas.
I'm sorry.
Ellerin, I told you not yet. We can't call them that yet. Okay, that's only when they pay and subscribe to our OnlyFans, okay?
Alright.
Which, oh yeah, by the way, we have an OnlyFans now.
We do not.
No, we don't.
We do?
No, we don't.
No.
Yeah, we
Pictures
do.
of Princess Justine on there.
Yeah, we do.
Alrighty.
And they're going out of stock.
Alrighty.
Customly commissioned.
Alright,
Jokes aside. Jokes aside.
Alright, so today's going to be a probably relatively short session, but that's alright. It's a good time to do a short session because unfortunately
Oh, my back.
we're going to be saying goodbye to one of our characters and bringing a new one in. But I mean, hey, that's D&D for us. That always happens.
Alex.
That always happens.
I'm just getting rid of the chat entries.
Anyways, time to get into this. So, Garrick, or actually,
Here you
Marks,
go.
how do you want to start this? Since this involves you.
I had something in my mind, but now I'm trying to think of it.
Well, I mean, it's you gotta be taught. You can never be taught how to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's true.
You and I. You're going home. Hamilton. Okay.
Copyright. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't sing it though. That's the thing. I didn't sing it.
Oh,
I didn't
wait!
do the lyrics.
I hear YouTube coming in.
But no, no.
We're at the crop top
Oh,
police. All right. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
How do I want to do this? Okay. So Marks would be standing outside the city. He would slowly begin to walk away, then take one last glance back, and then finally, he would leave.
One of the guards stops
I
you. Stops Marks. Captain Marks, where are you going on this fine day?
Lieutenant.
Guys,
I know.
I found
wait.
it. I
Oh, you
found
got
it.
Oh, okay.
I found it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Here you go.
What was that, Marks?
Sorry.
Away.
Well, surely, you can't be. Are you leaving us? The kingdom? I mean, if so, then I'm not gonna stop you, but we could actually. We are in need of your help.
He would just continue walking.
And I guess I'll go bring and report him.
And on he walks.
As he walks away, Garrick, you hear a knock on your door. Captain Garrick.
Yeah. One sec. I open the door.
Sir, how can I put this in words? Marks has abandoned the capital.
God, I pull up my wings and I fly and I'm looking for him. Would it be hard for me to find Marks?
That's up to Marks. Yeah.
After a little bit, I find him and I land in front of him.
I said couldn't.
Oh, couldn't?
No.
Yeah.
Alright, I look. I can't find him. Damn it. He could have at least said goodbye. Marks, I know you didn't leave out of malice, but still. You didn't have to do it this way. And I'll just return home.
Alright. Are you to inform, is that all you're gonna want to do? Or...
If I have to, I'll inform Her Majesty of the entire situation, including the part...
I would say too. He would leave the finished copy of his book on.
Yeah,
on your
Then
doorstep.
yes,
Yeah.
you would want to probably inform
Yeah.
the queen.
I tell her everything, including the part where why I believe he left. Because he was infected with part of the spirit, so I think he left so that he wouldn't cause any damage in the city. I am trying to make him sound in the best of light possible.
All right. She looks over at you. Ah, I see. It's a shame that that actually happened, but I understand his reasoning. But why was he infected of all people?
Thomas tormented Marx, killed his husband.
I know that.
It was nothing
all
more than a
things.
cruel joke just to torment a poor man. He was his victim.
Then very well. Then I must ask you something.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Because I was not aware of this happening to him. I must ask, as an order from me as the queen. But what else, if at all, anything, that you might be hiding?
About Marx, nothing else.
I wouldn't say just marks. I had to wager something a bit more than just marks.
You would not believe me if I told you, Your Majesty.
Is that so? Well, then do tell.
Let's just say, I don't know why, but I know in a year's time, something bad's gonna happen. Don't know where, don't know when. I'm trying to figure that out, but
I see.
it's
Do
related
you
to this
perhaps think, by any chance, it has something to do with the Kirk's vein?
If I'm gonna be
We
honest,
do.
I think they're a victim in this as well. If I had to put money on it, it's probably something the spirit has planned.
I see. Well, I do need to ask you one last question. And actually, an opinion on this. First off, while you were at Hawthorne, you didn't happen to feel anything peculiar, like out of place there?
Would I have out of game?
Yeah, no, you would have. Like everybody felt something out of place.
We all did,
I see.
and I'm worried.
You sensed it too. Magic, I'd assume. And again, that is Thomas's expertise.
Thomas is possessed by the spirit. For all we know.
That much I wouldn't be surprised about, but if that's the case, do you think that he could have hidden something underneath the Hawthorne
It's possible.
city?
It's possible. We're talking about an ancient spirit here. He could have hidden it within the city. It could have been something as minute as a single copper piece. We don't, unfortunately, we don't know what we're dealing with.
I know there are burial tombs underneath the city. I think that he might actually have something there. Seems unlikely, especially if it's something large. Almost anybody would have been able to see them going in and out.
Again, though, it is a spirit. We don't know what it's entirely capable of. I know you didn't ask, but my advice would be to proceed with caution. Don't take anything for granted. Thomas Kurtzvein is more dangerous than anything else on this planet, on this plane.
I see. Well, it's a good thing that I had plans for this. Garrick, in a few days' times, and I do want you to inform Santra on this. With this, I'm going to be sending out a letter to the king. Both me and him have been trying to keep an eye on Thomas. And what we are going to do, I know the people will not approve of. Neither side would approve of. Though, judging by the wits, I'm sure you could already take a guess at what I'm talking about.
I have some ideas.
So we are going to have to, unfortunately, as much as both sides have done their bad parts, we're going to need to potentially form an alliance between them, at least until we can apprehend Thomas.
A wise man once said that you do not make peace with your friends, you make peace with your enemies. That is why it's called making peace.
That is true.
And I'll be honest, I have no ill will towards Kurtzvane. And if I'm right, whatever bad thing's coming, we'll need to stand united against it.
I see.
Honestly, I don't know why, but part of me feels like this war is just playing into its hands.
I see. Well, I would like to ask you and your crew to accompany us, or more so accompany me when I go to, if he accepts it, make a peace treaty with Robert. Though, I also will be requesting for some aid from one of the kingdoms in the Western continent. Or, well, from what I've been hearing, the only kingdom left standing. No, judging from them, based on their position, I'm sure they'd be more inclined to receive any help that we provide.
True. The more allies we can get, the better off we are.
That is true. Well, there isn't any more there isn't really anything else that I might add. Guess then you are dismissed, though. I am going to send my fastest messenger hawk over to there. Hopefully by a week's time. Or less, we'll have a word back.
Hopefully.
That is all.
Before I leave, I am about to open the door and I turn back. If I'm right, Thomas Kurtzvane is a threat to everything that has ever existed. I know it's not my place. I know it's not my place to say this, but try and get the king to pursue peace. I can't explain why I know the things I do right now. But if I'm right, if this terrible thing is going to happen, Goodell, Kurtzvane, it won't matter in the end.
I see.
And I will take my leave.
I will tread carefully with that.
Yep, and then I'll take my leave.
As you are leaving, you hear booming footsteps running up the hall, and you see this large elephant creature coming towards you.
And I just move out of the way.
Del Sando!
And that must be Marlo. Marlo, dear.
Oh,
is that you?
Hello, Helena.
It's good to see you. How was the family?
Oh,
Good
they're
trip?
doing nice.
That's great. Right. You two haven't met. Marlo, this is one of our new recent captains.
Garrett.
Who's joined up with us under
Marlo
General Thatcher's
Wildkite,
command.
nice to meet you. He holds out his hand to
I
shake it.
shake it, just confused.
Now, Garrick.
Now
this
where is
Marlo.
that drastic son of yours?
One of hold on a second, Marlo. Garrick, this is Del Sando's, Estine's, and Marionette's teacher. We just decided to assign Morden a different one.
Well, that and I was out of the country at the moment.
That too.
Oh, where were you?
Back home in the Eastern Continent.
Oh. How was it?
Shitty as always.
Huh. Well...
Except for my home, of course.
Well...
Beautiful.
Well, good meeting you, Marlo. I need to...
Good meeting you too.
Yep, and I walk to inform Satra about the treaty.
Alright. By the way, Marlo, Del Sando should be in his room, by the way.
Ah, great. He would rush off to Del Sando's room.
Alright. So, you go and you knock on the door, Marlo, and you hear, give me just a second. Be ready in just a second. Jeez, now where did I put that pen?
The door would fly open. Dulsando!
Ah! Marlo! Marlo!
I love
Have you
him
been keeping up on
already.
your studies?
Yes, I've been doing my studies as you
Are you
requested.
being truthful?
Yes.
Do I have to
Well-
ask Christine?
No, you don't. No, you don't. Please don't ask this, Esteen. And he's just
So
sitting
you
there thinking
haven't!
in his mind. He's sitting there thinking in his mind. He's like, oh, please don't ask about my math. Please don't ask about my math. Yeah, no. I mean, I kind of went on a little adventure. Okay, it wasn't too bad. Only about a few months or so, give or take. Maybe a year.
A few months?
Maybe a year. A year at most.
As he hits him with a stick.
Ow!
I love him.
What do you do that
I
for?
told you! You need to work on it every day for the rest of your life.
I think
Yeah, but
Adam gave
people
up
need to
kinda
hear
like
my
this.
music.
I told you. You can work on your music, that is perfectly fine, but you have to balance it with studies.
You guys can't see my face, but I have the biggest
But-
fucking grin.
But I had to go
I
help
love
out
him
Mother.
already.
I kind of like it. Out of game, I like him a lot. Actually, he's really
But-
stern and strict.
Marlo, I had to go help Mother.
And you
Thanks.
couldn't study
just-
while you were doing that.
I got sidetracked.
And that's what you get.
It wasn't my fault. Some villagers came up to me and asked me for help, so I helped them. And then they were like, "Hey, you know what? You should go perform here." And I'm like, "You know what? Sure, I'll give you guys another."
That's a lie, and we both know it.
That is okay. That is not a lie.
You're acting like you didn't just prance up to whatever opera house you were performing in.
Actually, I was invited to perform there. Thank you very much.
Oh god.
Who told you you could lie to your teacher?
And I'm not lying.
Back straight.
Fine. Then tell me, what's the square root of 106?
Give me just a moment. Let me write this down.
You would roll it.
You mind turning your back for a split second while I write this down?
No.
You watching me is nervous.
You-
Woo! He goes and passes out on the floor.
No,
You know, off the
damn
top of my
boy,
head,
knew he wasn't studying.
Off the top of my head, I know that's not an even.
It's not. It would be like decimals upon decimals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Around 10
Wait,
points.
I'm gonna look this up. Hold on.
All
Oh,
right.
it's
Oh.
10.229. Well, let's just say 10.3.
And that was the best way to introduce Marlo.
I love him.
Honestly,
I
yes,
I
it
love
is.
him. I
Titan,
love him.
A good.
I've
a
only
good
known
replacement.
I've only known Marlo for a day, but if anything ever happens
As
to him,
you-
I would kill everyone in this party and myself.
Oh my god.
As you're looking there, hold on.
So,
As you're looking there, staring at his body just on the floor, you hear a young voice coming from behind you. Marlo, who are you?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean-
you must be Morden.
And you must be my other siblings' teachers, right?
Yes.
You know, I heard loads of great stories about you, and I've been wanting to meet you, actually.
No, well, now's the perfect time.
Well,
However,
I'm Morgan.
currently actually may not be, because I have to go check on your sister, Marinette.
Oh, well, that's easy. I just got back from having tea with her.
Poor Morden.
Oh, and tell me, where would that be?
Oh, it's just, he turns around. It's just down that furthest hall, about 2 steps up, about two flights up, and it'll be the first door on the right.
I just imagine somewhere in the castle you hear a window shatter and somebody jumps.
You know what?
can
Hold on.
imagine
Roll a
that.
perception check. Roll a perception check.
Oh please.
Oh, I will. Give me a second. I need to see what.
Roll a good perception.
I need to pull up my
Yes.
sheet.
This is the best session ever. I don't care if I'm not role playing right now.
Korvac jumping
I don't
out of
care.
Mariette's window.
No, I think it's implied that Marinette's doing it.
Marionette is jumping out the window.
I don't care if we're not all there. This is the best.
Oh,
Okay, so you don't hear it. However, give me just a second. Hold up.
Even with a
Oh,
natural one,
Mark.
I know he wants to do this.
Titan, you knocked it out of the goddamn park.
Hold on.
Titan, I gotta say, after these first few minutes, I'm not gonna lie, a really, really solid replacement.
Okay, so as you go up into her room, you know, as you walk in, you notice the room is a mess. Tables are flipped over. You see the window broke, and hanging right outside on her flagpole is Marionette. She got her fun. She got her.
Marionette, I'm assuming you haven't been studying either.
Let Jacob speak.
Oh
let
no,
Jacob
I
speak.
have. I've just been busy on missions. Now, can you please help me get the pole out from my hair bun? It's
Of
quite
course.
tangled up there.
He would like pull her off.
Also, before you ask, no, I was not trying to kill myself. I was only trying to go and escape your meeting you again.
I think that's the same thing.
I'm going to mute myself.
Now then, I have been
you see
doing
how
my
this mirror
studies, thank you
reacts.
very much, unlike my lazy brother. I just been on a mission trying to seek out and see if a certain noble was trying to lead a rebellion. And it just so happens that he did.
Okay, I suppose I can give you a pass. Not your lazy brother, though.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I had my orders from the queen anyhow. So.
Yes, I know. That's one I can give a pass. then he
By
gave
the
her a
way-
whack. And that's for the times you didn't study when you weren't working.
Ow! Look, I only put cat hair inside the mixture bowl for your pancakes like a few times. But come on, man. Oh, ow, ow. You know, actually, I just remembered something. I wasn't supposed to tell you that. By the way, that
Your
was all
father
Del
would be so
Sando's.
disappointed in you.
Yeah, well, he'd be more disappointed in Del Sando. He came up with the
Oh,
idea.
Yes, that's agreed.
Spray.
Anywho, I have to go congratulate Steam for being my prized pupil.
Ah, yeah. Well, about Estine, she's outside over by the castle walls.
Oh, okay.
I love this.
Fucking with eloquence.
By the way, Marlo, would you, by any chance, be a dear and want to come back and have some tea?
No,
No, you never
not
want
till
to
you
have
start
tea.
studying more.
Well, I'm sorry, we're in the middle of a goddamn war. You think study's really
That's
important
no
right now?
excuse.
Well, that's plenty excuse.
Your studies can help you
Especially-
plenty in war.
Yes, well, I've been out in the field trying to help out this war. Thank you very
Don't
much.
pish posh.
Oh, Pish Posh, you go speak to my mother about that.
I will, and I'm sure she'll agree with me.
I highly doubt it.
Next thing you know, he talks to her. She agrees. He's gonna.
Oh,
go to
actually,
see
no,
Estine.
I don't think I don't think it's reasonable.
Alright.
Go ahead.
He's gonna go see Estine now.
As you approach the castle castle walls, she's up there ordering around the troops up there. She seems kind of furious.
Oh, Estine, whatever is the problem?
Oh, it's nothing. It's not like one of our most loyal fucking troops decided to leave or anything.
I see. That would be a problem.
It is quite a
One
problem.
of
What's
the
worse is
things
the fact
too.
that we let them in, and he was from Kirksvane. Of all fucking things, he was from Kirksvane. And guess what? Now he's gone. Which is
I'm
grand.
sure he had his own reasons.
Well, reasons or not, the fact that he is a Kirksvane and decides to leave us, I smell treachery here. And
It's not an
when I
unfair
see him,
assessment.
I swear, I am going to find him and bring him to justice.
I'm sure you will.
Joke's on you,
Now,
bitch. I got
Would
dibs.
you like to have some tea?
Joke's on you.
I'll join you for some tea in a bit. Though, how was your travels?
They were beautiful.
I see, and I hope that your mother and father was doing quite well.
Yes, they were.
Good. Well, I just wanted to let you know that you've missed a lot since you've been gone.
No, as I can tell.
Yes.
We will
Yeah.
have to discuss that over tea, however.
Well, I
From
can
what
give you
I can
the
tell, the
TDL.
Queen has something she needs me to do for now.
Well, in terms of a TLDR version, we have we suspect one of the Kirksvane royals to be possessed by an evil ancient spirit. I'm sure you are well aware of the spirit from the
Yes,
story of Talric.
I have an idea of what you're talking about.
Yes. So, to say the least, things here have been a little bit stressful. Am I right, Captain? Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir. Good. Get back to your station and keep watch. And whatever you do, if you see that person, you make sure you go and capture them.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's my
Marlo.
prized pupil.
Oh, don't flatter me. I do it for the good of the kingdom. I mean,
Well,
I won't lie. I do get a little bit of enjoyment from it, but that's beside the point.
I'd
rather
do
be
await for our
inside.
tea.
As can I. Now, I'm sure Mother would also, as you had said, would definitely like to speak with you. But, however, I think you should also pay a visit to General Satra.
No, I have not seen
Oh,
her
and,
in quite some time.
By the
How's
way,
Vadon's doing?
oh,
It's been a while since
that.
I've seen my good friend.
Uh-oh.
she looks down, trying to hold back the tears.
No,
How can I say it?
I see.
He was assassinated trying to protect General Satra. We held a ceremony for him a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry to have missed that.
It's quite alright. Although he was becoming of retirement age, he did do a great service and honor.
He was a good man.
Protecting that he was. Though I will say his fighting skills were getting a bit weak.
Oh yes, they were always a little bit how do I put it? Rubbish.
Well, I mean, ever since his wife died, I mean, can you blame the poor man? He's gone through a lot.
No, I couldn't.
In any case, I would check up on Satra, but I know that
I will do.
Mother won't tell about this, but my advice is you ought to go and tell Morden about what happened to our father. He would, I feel now would be of a great time for him to actually know the truth instead of what we had told him.
I'm sure Xander would want him to know.
As I'm sure he would as well. In any case, I have to get back to my duties, trying to make sure everything over here is in tip-top shape. By the way, I have to ask you about this.
Yes.
While you were there, you didn't happen to hear any rumors or any flies about activity or anything of that sort within the Eastern Kingdom?
Not besides their usual cruel behavior, no.
Okay, good. Well, at least they are not preparing for anything, I'd hope. In any case, I do bid you farewell, and I will definitely join you for tea later. Though I might ask my associate to join with them.
Oh, well, I'll be happy to meet him.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Oh,
And as she turns away, I need you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, God. As a side, this is great. I don't care if I'm not rolling anything, not playing.
Give me a second, I
This
gotta
is just
reopen
fun.
And I'll give you advantage
Great.
for this. I'll give you advantage.
I mean, of course, she is my prized pupil, after all. Have to pay extra careful attention.
Let's see what actually comes up.
Ooh!
Okay, so as she
You got
turns
that,
away, you happen to notice that she blushes at the mentioning of said associate.
He would just chuckle.
I know your secrets.
All right.
No, you don't,
Uh,
Rashira.
Nah.
Where would you like to go next, Marlo?
He would go to talk to Sasha.
Oh, yay.
As you're walking down up to the barracks, one of the guards spots you. Ah, Marlo. Good day.
Oh, hello. Good day to you too.
Are you needing assistance with anything?
No, I'm just looking for Sasha.
Oh, Sacha. Right. You also missed that too. She got
I know.
married.
Engaged. We're not married
Oh,
yet.
wait, what?
Engaged. Well, she's engaged. My bad. Rumors are spreading around, but from what I've heard, she's gotten engaged. At least that's what I. Yeah, she is down.
And she didn't
she's
even
down.
write her old Uncle Marlowe. How rude.
Oh, wait.
They're
are we
down.
Garrett's kids?
They're down over in the middle district, by the way. They got some really good looking apartments. You can't miss it.
All right, I will. I will go there.
All right.
I like how he just goes every time.
Yeah, just like.
No, this is great. Like,
I love this.
I am in
The
love.
little details, the little details.
Baby, I know it's too soon, but I think I'm in love.
Oh,
It's
so great.
great.
honey, no. All right. So,
Boo, what have you
is
been?
there anything you want to do on the way to Sacha's house, Marlo?
I mean, not really.
Okay. So
Well.
you go down there and you ask around, and they when you get to the giant center of town where the festivals are held at, a guy points to the right. Well, this would be your right, but to the left of him, and he points down to a couple of newer installed homes, and he tells you that that's where Satra's at.
Oh, of course.
Yes, sir, it's the first house on the left.
All right, then I shall head there.
Oh god. Okay.
This is great.
He would knock on the door. Kind of
Hello?
empty knock.
Gosh, I swear if it's those.
That's
Give me a
probably
second.
not.
No, let me go speak. I
Yeah, no,
swear, I bet
I'm
you
just saying
those
it's
the
probably
guards.
Or it could
I
be
hope
just
not.
me delivering another bad omen.
Yeah, well, it's probably not.
He goes and opens up the door. What?
Oh, Sasha, my
Don't
girl.
you say it's the Marlo?
Marlo?
Yes.
Marlo! I've been wondering what happened to you. How was your trip?
No, I've just been out of country for a bit.
Oh, that's good.
You can
Yeah,
see me in the
let
house.
him
for the
miss.
record.
Oh, right. I should go and introduce. Garrick, sweetie,
yeah,
can you come
we-
over here
we
for a
have-
second?
Yep. We met. Funny enough, we just
Oh,
met.
you guys already met. So Marlo, I figured I should tell you since we've been a little bit busy here, but me and Garrick are
She's the two
engaged.
kids.
I know. I'm quite upset that
Busy
you didn't write me
indeed.
about this.
Who are these?
Yeah, and I probably should write you about this. Garrick, honey, should we tell him?
Yeah, probably.
You want to meet the kids?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Munchkins? Of course.
Oh god. Rest in peace,
Great.
Munchkins.
Marlo, I will say, do try to be a little quiet. We
Please.
just got them to
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
And gentle. They're still young.
Oh, please. I've handled children before.
bed. Marlo,
Yes,
would you like me to get you any coffee, tea?
Oh, I can
Anything
take care of
of the
that.
sort?
You can catch up with
I'm
your friend.
fine.
You can catch up with your friend. I can take care of all his
No.
needs.
Garrick, you're gonna
What?
go and speak to Marlo and become good friends. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am. I just stand at attention.
As your
I just stand
thank
at
you.
attention. Yes, ma'am.
As your general, you know better.
Yes, ma'am.
And as your wife. Well,
Fiance.
end time wife.
Yes, ma'am.
Fiance. Marlo, would you like a sandwich or anything?
You know what? Yes, I would say I am actually quite famished.
Well,
Well,
what
Johnny,
would you
you know.
like on your sandwich?
Oh, just the usual.
Got it. I'll go get
Sardines
that
and peanut
picked
butter.
up.
Ew!
Alright. I will go and get that. It just so happens, in case you return, I would actually have some sardines here. Not much, but it'll do.
Oh, good.
Now, Garrick,
Yes, ma'am.
you play nice.
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope you play nice as well, Marlo. Thank you!
So,
Oh, please, no need to be so awkward.
Oh,
we-
Garrick, honey, do you want anything to eat too?
I'm fine.
Are you sure? Do you want anything? Do you want anything to drink?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
He's lost his
Okay.
appetite.
Fear has made me lose.
Oh, hey, by the way, I know that this probably isn't really a good time. Marlo, I'm sorry, this is probably a TMI to you. Honey, we need to go, at some point, within the next few days, we do need to take the kids to get their checkup.
Yep. Will do.
No, just making sure you remember.
I remember.
Okay,
They're my kids too, after all.
I know that.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
You know how everybody can be.
Fair enough. So, Marlo, you're from
Yes.
the Eastern Continent.
Yes, rather secluded part of it, but yes.
Nice. I haven't heard many good things about most of the Eastern Continent.
No, well, I will say where I come from is pretty pleasant. Little bit exclusive, though.
Exclusive how?
Well, for one, only, my kind and woodens are allowed there.
Huh. Never knew a place like that existed.
Yes, a lot of magic and stuff like that.
I imagine.
Yes. You seem rather familiar.
Well, I mean, we did just meet, so, you know, deja vu is a thing.
No, in another way.
Huh, don't know what you mean.
Oh fuck! Deception.
Yeah, Deception versus Insight.
Deception versus
You know what?
insight.
I will roll.
Yes!
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Probably nothing.
Nice!
Huh.
Nice.
So, what is your part of the Eastern Continent like, other than peaceful?
Oh, well, how do I put it? Well, we mostly focus on nature around there.
Oh,
We live in these giant tree houses.
huh. Oh, that's...
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a lot to process.
No, yes. It's actually quite different from the rest of the Eastern Continent, I'd say.
I've only heard bad things, like I've said.
No.
It's actually kind of nice to know there's actually something good there.
Honestly, it's quite strange that you've heard anything at all.
Since I'm not part of this,
Usually
I'm gonna go
news
to the
doesn't
bathroom
get out
real
of
quick.
there.
I've heard rumors from other travelers. I wandered a lot in my youth.
Yes. I suppose.
Again, I don't know anything specific. I don't even know what kind of government they have there.
Yes, well, I can say it's an unpleasant place. At least how it's been under King Lucius.
King Lucius?
I feel like everyone knows Marlo or something like that.
Everybody knows Marlo but us.
Yeah.
Korvac, Korvac bangs on door. He's like, "Oh, Marlo, how are you?"
Oh, yes.
Yeah, King Lucius?
Yes, the king of the Eastern Continent.
Ah, so they have a king.
Quite an asshole.
Oh,
Oh.
makes sense.
He's a pansy.
Heard he did some terrible shit to his son.
Huh.
A tree-hugging
Ugh.
pansy.
He ran away a few years back.
Huh. I'm surprised someone like... I mean, I'm assuming rape, but...
I don't know much, just what I heard through the grapevine.
Well, hopefully the son's in a better place.
I'm sure he is.
Yep.
And he doesn't realize he's fucking right now.
As you guys are talking, Sasha comes out. Alright, the sandwich is ready. Here you go.
No!
I'll grab the
He
kids.
would like pick it up and just like.
I'll grab the
Oh,
kids.
delicious.
I go up and grab the kids in my arms. Alright.
Well,
Alright.
Feeling
I hope
sick.
you two got along quite well.
We did.
Oh, yes. Quite swimmingly.
Anyways, Marlo,
That's good.
meet our children. Coco and Jojo.
Oh, they are adorable.
Aren't they?
I know, right?
Yeah.
No.
The boy is an Earth Genasi. Well, the girl is an ASMR.
Look at him. He has your eyes.
Thank you, Marlo. Well, I mean, I won't lie. They are a real hassle, just like I'm sure I was to Badans.
Oh. Well, I mean, to be fair, they got all the good genes from you.
Oh, come now, don't flatter me. They got some of your great amazing genes too,
Huh.
Gary.
Modern...
I still love how
You just see him like sniffling up, like true love is
Oh,
beautiful.
by the way, Marlo. Don't speak this out loud, but that's the nickname Morton's given Garrick.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went on quite a bit of adventures.
Korvac
Yeah.
is listening from the window.
No, I have heard
Gary,
that the Queen has had a
something
little
like-
bit more of a hands-on experience with young Prince Morden.
She has.
Yes. Well. By the way, Marlo, I must ask, do you wouldn't happen to know anything else about the Shadowkeeper triad, the Shadowkeeper's triad, by the way?
Not anything more than you do.
See. I suppose it's
I meant one of
Right.
them purposely. I meant one of them personally, though. Nasty
I
fellows.
see.
Though that was
Yeah.
back when they were still around.
About that, Marlo, I don't think you really heard that. I don't think you heard that much communication since you were there. The Shadow Keepers have arisen again.
Oh, that
Uh,
that would be bad.
Yep.
yes.
And
What's
apparently we can't kill them.
No, we can kill them.
Yeah, but they come
One of
back.
one of
Pitch
our
wash.
one of
Anything
Gazel's
that walks and moves can be killed.
Well, here's the thing. They only have an Achilles heel. A lot of people don't aim for these guys in the head here because it's harder to hit.
And if you don't,
They
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 can
come
only be
back.
killed as
It
if
would
you,
make sense.
they can only be destroyed if you hit them in the head. Otherwise, within a few months, they're somehow magically regenerated. We suspect it's Thomas.
My theory is some kind of unholy undead thing.
Though, yes, I've experienced a lot of that in my day.
I'm sure. Though they
Wait.
appear to be under command of someone, which would
I
suggest
stuffed
that
one in
there's...
a lead box.
Well, and other, at least, Marlo, they aren't under, at least the group of warriors that were around a long time ago that could easily challenge those assassins aren't around. At least I'd hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, I'm sorry for your loss, Sotra. Bron truly was a good man.
He was. And those Shadow Keepers got him. And with doing that, I do intend to get revenge for them killing him. Though he was doing it to protect me.
Don't focus too much on that. Revenge can corrupt the soul.
It really can.
You are right. I do have kids also to worry about, as well as my husband here. Well, future husband.
Hello.
Well, as long as you are aware of the consequences of simply focusing on that.
Yes.
It's been rough, but we're getting by day by day.
Yes,
Yes.
as you do.
Which means, also because he has been gone, I hate saying of this, but it's the truth, means that there will be another opening coming up for the general position.
Well, I'm sure whoever
Yes,
it is will
I
deserve
suppose
it.
there would.
Yes, and I'm sure whoever it is that takes his place, I'm sure he'll be smiling. Wherever he's at, he's smiling down from the heavens on who takes his place. At least I hope.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
He was a good man. He's in the heavens.
I remember my time here as a general. That was a long time ago.
Yes. Oh, right. By the way, also, aside from the war, we managed to also capture Hawthorne while you were gone, and some of their
that's
raiders,
brilliant.
as well as the two very what's the word? The sturdy forts on both the western and eastern side of Hawthorne.
Yep. It was
I see.
a. It was,
I assume Vidance messed one of it up.
Well,
he did.
from what I've been told, he was outmaneuvered by the enemy. What's worse,
Whoever took care of that for him is an excellent warrior.
That was my
I'm sure he's a piece of shit.
my
whoever he
husband
was.
right here.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna.
Well, I congratulate you on your bravery.
It wasn't anything special. Honestly, if you want to commemorate someone, my Lieutenant Ellerin is who you should. He managed to win the Battle of Hawthorne without a single drop of blood being shed on the battlefield.
Oh, that is quite impressive.
Yep, it is. The credit goes to him more than anything I've ever done.
Oh, well, I cannot wait to meet him.
Yeah. He lives nearby, I think.
No, well, that shall be excellent.
Garrick, honey.
Yep.
Doesn't he live next door where Marx was? Or is?
I'm very solemn with that. Yeah.
Who is this Marx fellow?
A friend.
Honey, you might want... Do you want to tell him?
He was a friend. You might have heard of him as the guy who left. He became
that's the one.
He became compromised. He left
That's
to protect
the one that
everyone.
Steam is all up in steam about.
I'm sure she is, but he didn't. He is no traitor.
Well, I'm sure she'll come to see in time.
Garrick has a very solemn look on his face. Not because his friend is gone, but because he knows what's coming when he sees him again.
Well, hopefully you do see him again.
I'll put the kids down, and as I get out of view, I wipe a few tears.
Honey, I'll go fetch Alvin.
Yeah, you do that. You do that. As I put the kids
She
down...
goes, stay right here, Marlo. She goes and leaves, knocks on the door. Alvin!
Yep. Real quick before that.
Lieutenant! Are you awake?
Rich, are you
What?
actually? Oh, she's my wife's calling you. Sansa's calling you.
Elrin!
So I
Better not be sleeping in again.
No, but so I open the door. I'm all dressed. Like, Satra, what is it?
Oh, I see. Well, I have a friend that I'd like you to meet. Is Korvac and Razmir there?
I haven't seen them.
Of course. Jeez. And you think that the newly recruits are gonna act this subordinate? Well, in any case, we'll find them later. Come next door. I need you to meet an old friend of mine. Well, actually, I wouldn't say of just mine. Of the entire kingdom, actually.
Okay.
She leads you over. Elrin, this is Marlo. Marlo, this is Lieutenant Elrin.
Oh, nice to meet you.
So I kind of just like look up at him. I know he's definitely than I am, and I'm just like, interesting.
Oh, I see.
By the way, I got my mask on. You don't see my face.
Nah, he can smell it.
Probably, actually. That trunk.
Do you know how strong an elephant nose
Pretty strong.
is?
Strong. It's
Yeah.
strong.
It's so fucking strong.
I would have, I see.
You see his eyes widen. You see Elrin's eyes widen, and he's just like, just giving you this. He is fucking shooting daggers at you now.
For the record, I did not tell
Aaron.
him.
Whatever is wrong.
For the record, I did not tell
Do
him.
remove your mask.
What is it?
Remove your mask. That's what she said.
That's an order.
So he does this like low growl, and he takes off his mask. You see that he has a lot of white facial, full mustache and beard.
Oh, I see. You are of the older ages.
you know, I don't really like talking about what I am.
Oh, well, sorry for bringing it up.
It's probably
All
better
right.
you know he knows, Elren, let's be honest.
All right, let's get this over with. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Marlowe Wildkite. Nice to meet you. He holds his hand out.
So you are an elephant.
Loxodon, to be more precise.
Oh, I heard a little bit about you, but not much.
Oh, yes.
So, you're an old friend of Satra. Well, you're an old friend of the kingdom, I presume.
Yes, well, more specifically, I used to be, when he was still unfortunately alive, King Xander's best friend.
Hmm,
So I kind of knew everyone, a little bit.
quite.
However, Sotra, I'm kind of like an uncle to Sotra.
Hmm?
It
I'm
would
sorry.
seem.
I was spacing out. What'd you say?
Nothing. Nothing important.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh,
Nah.
Elrin,
Hmm.
in case you didn't know, King Xander was Helena's husband. And I should probably make this clear to about everybody. And, well, except Marla. I'm sure he is well aware. Don't speak about what happened about her parents. Or, specifically, Xander.
Yes.
Very well.
Helena is quite,
Distraught.
yes.
I figured.
Well, nice to meet you. Now you've seen my face. I see.
For the
Back
record,
on.
Elron, I
I've
did
got
not tell
stuff
him
to do.
anything.
Thank you, Garrick. And I just walk out, slam the door, and you hear this very muffled scream of anger.
God,
No,
I'm
quite
gonna...
pleasant fellow.
Yeah.
He's,
Pleasant is a strong word.
he's just very privative about his past.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Not that it's hard to figure out, mind you, but still.
Yes. Anywho, I feel I must be off. I have tea with a student.
Good meeting you, Marlo.
Good meeting you.
As you're leaving, you happen to see a messenger walking up to Marx's house. He knocks on the door. Excuse me? Excuse me? Is anybody home?
No.
He's not there. I'm his neighbor.
Oh, well,
Hello?
you do see him. A scene requests him to partake in some tea.
Is this for
Oh,
Mark?
It's for Elrin.
Elrin.
Oh.
I thought you meant Marks.
Oh, that.
Yeah, because
said
no,
Marks.
technically you're the one taking residence there now.
If that's the case, I'm just gonna open up the door and just say yes.
Oh,
Yep.
good. Lieutenant Elrin.
Oh,
Um,
right.
Mr. Elrin, yes. Steam would like to see you for some tea at about 30 minutes from now.
I quickly snatch from her. Awesome, and I slam the door shut.
Well, now,
I suppose I could
that's
just walk with him then.
well, a bit of cheery fellows. I swear, this city keep getting weirder and weirder. General Satra, and Captain Garrick,
Yeah.
I bid you both good day, as well as you, Big Elephant.
Marlo.
Marlo. I'm sorry, I'm new here working for the.
Oh, don't worry.
Her Majesty.
It's no problem.
You're new, huh?
Well, I best be on my way. Choo-choo.
Good fellow.
Oh, no, never mind. 9. Never
Either
He's
which
not
way.
new at all.
Yeah, you're not.
Bro,
You got trust
Oh, your
issues.
permission, Never mind.
Yes, I
Trust
do.
issues,
That's
not
bad
to
as-
mention.
Yes, I do. Anyways, okay.
We have an evil spirit going in our intention.
I'm just saying. Alright,
Yeah.
alright. So, whose turn is it next? Jacob?
Well, Hold on. Resmir, where are you located currently?
Oh fuck. After requesting a new weapon being made from Korvac, she would actually be wandering the city.
Alright,
Mostly where all the merchants are, looking around.
I see.
Yeah. She wouldn't
Well
really
then.
be... She would keep to herself, not talk to anybody.
Well, as you're walking about, you happen to overhear a voice in the bustling of the crowds. Sounds like a messenger. Excuse me! Excuse me! Is there a Resmira here? Does anybody know where Resmira is at?
I just raised my hand.
Ah, Resmira! Good, good, good. I was hoping I could find you. You have a letter, by the way.
A letter from who?
Don't know. Someone from the northern continent.
Northern continent? Give me the letter. I just snatched it from him.
It's the address. The name is, Oronimus? Oronimus? I can't pronounce it. Sounds like a noble, though.
She turns pale.
Anywho,
For
that's the
2
opposite day.
seconds.
so you want to know what the letter reads?
Yes,
Wait, what
please. I'm
Dear
reading the letter.
Wait, I assume she's
it
reading
says,
it, right?
Wait, what
Dear-
happened?
Hold on.
She's getting a letter.
I got the letter. I got a letter. Read the letter.
She just got a letter.
You just
Alright,
got
I'm
it.
reading a letter.
Let's go, everyone, come on.
The letter reads as follows. Dear Razmira, as well as Dear Korvac, I hope you both are doing well. And I hope that you are keeping up with your training, Razmira. In any case, do know that we are doing quite well down up here in the northern continent, and I hope that your travels are going quite well. I heard you both hadn't managed to set up camp inside the Gadel capital. Good place, might I add. With care, love you both, Mom and Dad. Oh, P.S. By the way, Razmira, I'm coming to the capital within a week.
Oh,
You're ready.
I am going to run back home. Slam the door open.
Daddy,
Go
no!
back!
Wait 1 sec. Daddy, no! Daddy, yes!
I just slammed the door open.
What happened to stuff?
do Razmir? Hold up.
Here?
Do Razmir and Korvac have their own house? Or
Yes,
they
they
can
do.
just stay
Yes,
with
they do.
me?
Yeah,
Have
no,
this
no,
letter?
we set up our own place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Have this letter. Take this letter here.
He
I'm
takes
just
it and reads it for a moment. He's like, oh dear.
bye. I just say that you haven't seen me in about 2 weeks, and I'll be somewhere. She just runs out and flies away.
He just sits there and he's like, well, shit.
I am literally just flying to the borders of where I could hide. I just don't want to be anywhere near the dad.
No, if anybody's watching through the windows or anything like that, you could see how nervous Korvac looked. He's literally chewing on his claws at like Mach speed.
As you fly,
Now that's how you chew.
as you fly, Estine is over by the borders. Razmira, is that you?
No, not me.
No, that is you. Come down here this instance.
And why?
I must ask you a few questions, and that is it.
Yes.
Now, one, whatever are you running for? You better not be running
my
away
life.
now.
Thank you.
And
What
what do
other
you mean by
question?
that? No. Sit down.
I'm
No,
asking you why you're
I
running.
Sit
can't
down.
sit.
That
I
is a
can't-
royal order.
She just sits. She sits
Now,
with her legs crossed.
listen, I'm not too terribly busy right now, and I can tell when someone's in a panic. and I can tell that you are in a panic.
I am in a panic and I
tell
wish
me-
to be left alone.
What is the problem?
Somebody that I really, really don't like is coming to the city, and I don't want to be anywhere near this person or the city once he arrives.
I see. That wouldn't by any chance happen to be a noble, would it?
Oh, how did you know?
Well, I mean, if anybody's going to be coming within a few weeks, and since we're in war, it only makes sense that a noble would be coming and traveling through our...
Soon a messenger would arrive for Esteem.
Fuck.
By any chance... And judging by your facial expression, I'm assuming this is a relative?
Well,
Messenger is poking Esteem in the face with a letter.
well, yes and no.
Oh, Korvac, is that you?
Jeez.
No, it's a random messenger.
What are you doing here? Well, then speak up, random
I-
messenger.
I have a letter from a House Tenenvant.
Oh, House Tenenvant, I see. Oh,
Yes.
so that's who it is.
Yes.
So
and
I
the,
see. Let me take a... Might I look at this letter, please?
Wait, so Esteem is the queen, right?
No,
No.
she's the princess.
She is the eldest royal child.
Essentially the queen
okay.
in waiting.
She's pretty much like the demi queen.
Basically.
Dear
going to
whoever
run.
gets this letter.
I'd like to ask you to please let me see that letter. If it's all, not too hard to do. If you don't wish to.
If your
How
hand
does
is
the
glued
messenger
to that
have
letter,
Literally,
you better give it
she's
to me
saying-
or I'll cut it off.
She's literally, Rasmita is literally sitting on this chair, and her wings are basically like ready to just to take flight, and she's gripping on the chair, like her nails
On,
are going to dig into this chair.
So. So she'd like to would you allow a intimidation? Would you allow her to intimidate Rasmira? Do an intimidation check.
I mean, you can certainly try, but she is.
No, the messenger is already scared.
I would actually consider frightened at this moment in time.
Oh boy.
She's gonna. Oh.
Oh
fuck.
my god.
Oh, also, there's a second
Not
name on the letter,
intimidating
too.
in the slightest.
Anywho,
Are
might
you a
I see
joke?
the letter?
He hands it to you and fucking books it.
She opens the letter.
On the
Oh,
letter,
I
a
see.
name was on there. It said Ormus Acravia.
Miss Octavia. I see.
Ah,
That is one of the wolves of.
may I leave now, mistress?
Hold on.
Esteemed
Permission
royal.
to leave.
I got one. Rasamira, you wouldn't happen to be avoiding your father, would you?
Oh, definitely not, mistress. I am just trying to
In the
visit
letter, it
somebody
mentions
else.
that Rasmira may attempt to flee.
Fuck.
I see, and you might attempt. Well then,
Oh,
Rasmira.
no, I don't try to flee. I'm just,
Now, listen, Rasmira. If it makes you feel any better, you have my honor as a royal that I will not let anything bad befall you. You will be welcome as a guest, as a noble here. But, even still, you still have to uphold our traditions and rules. But, if you must leave, then by all means, you can leave. However, I would highly recommend you going and speaking with your father. And if need be, I will be
Why?
there. I will be there present as well as my other siblings.
If-
And the reason being for it is simply because he is family, and judging based on your panic, and you haven't seen him in a while.
I
Nice for
haven't
you
seen
two
him in
to
a
catch
good
up.
long while, and I would like to keep it that way, mistress.
Well, I respect that. That is perfectly understandable. But do reconsider. But if you must, by all means, he isn't supposed to be arriving within a few weeks, so you do have
No,
some time
the
to
letter then
prepare
says
yourself.
that the boat is being faster than usual. He'll arrive within a couple days.
No, no. As she's talking to you, Rasmira,
Yes.
a uh, a griffin comes riding in. As Astine, Princess Astine, Your Highness, I have received a letter from the
Another
northern continent.
It's
Um,
Monday.
man, you receive a lot
from the
of letters.
Tevenant House. It
I'll be right back.
well, I'll let you have this one.
What, me?
Yeah, good day, Your Highness. He goes and flies off on his griffin. She reads the letter. It states that within a week that the boat will arrive due to some surprisingly good weather.
So it's gonna show up sooner than expected.
Yes. She looks at so you don't have a couple of weeks. Seems as though he'll be here within next.
Oh. I just say that I wasn't here for like the past 2 weeks.
Look, if you must, I have a little secret chamber. Well,
Rasmira
more
is
so
dying
of
on
a.
you.
I don't trust you at this moment because my
Hold
father
on.
can literally find
Hold
me
on.
anywhere.
I have a little secret evacuation area in the case of kind of like what is it? The magical trembles across the land, so to speak. If you need be, you can hide there, and I will make sure nothing befalls you. Like I said, even if he does manage to find you, he isn't allowed. He wouldn't be allowed in there. You have my word.
Promise?
I do promise.
Right, and you're going to be saying this to a noble who has at least a modicum of influence to the king.
Well, you still have to uphold tradition, soldier. Regardless, if she does not wish to be found, she shall not be found. We'll make sure of that. And besides, it would be an insult if you were to try to go rummaging around our palace anyhow. That would look bad on his house. Or worse, look bad on the northern continent.
I would. Are you trying to make me feel bad, mistress?
No. I'm just saying.
Because I would never ever do something like that, honestly.
No.
I just
It
want
wouldn't
to
be
hide.
because it would be out of you. It would be out of your father. He is the head. He is the noble of Tevenant, and as such, if he were to try to rummage through here, well, say word spreads around quite quickly, and that would look really bad. Plus, my mother would not allow him to rummage about the palace.
Whew.
So
Then just okay. Here's what we're going to do, since you promised. Okay, you promised. A promise
I
is a
do
promise.
promise.
You better keep it. No
I
threat.
will keep it. If need be, I will have guards escort him.
Good. All right. So just say that I haven't been here for the past couple of weeks, and I will hide.
That is fine. If you are in need of any places to hide, do come find me. I will try to help you out as much as possible. As you are not only but even though you are but a soldier within the military, you are still a citizen of Gadal. I do care for greatly of my citizens, even if I don't look it.
I mean, that's fine. That's fair. But thank you, mistress.
By the way,
Yes.
don't call me mistress. You can just call
It's
me
out.
Esteem.
I'm sorry. I guess I've
No.
gotten. I guess I gotten habits out of my brother.
She goes and she raises a hand up at you. No need to apologize. We have been acquainted quite enough. As such, I will allow you to permit you to call me Astine. Though in certain cases, such as in front of high governmental officials, do call me Your Highness.
Yes, esteem.
Thank you. And as for you soldiers over here, you all didn't hear a thing. Now back to work!
Okay.
She just flies off.
Ah, well, now
Oh
that's
yeah, she
settled.
literally can fly off.
I literally can fly away.
She goes and she wipes the dust off of him. What a peculiar, interesting person. Well, I must go get myself ready for tea. Time to head back up to the castle.
Pish posh.
By the way,
Oh,
do you report anything suspicious? I have a high feeling that something is afoot here. Anyways, I will be off. Keep to your post, captains. She goes and returns to the palace. As she returns to the palace, or actually, Marlo, or do any of you, Garrick, Marlo,
I was not
do any of
invited.
you guys want to,
I.
would like to associate with one another?
No, he'd be going for tea.
Yeah, they were going for tea, and Garrick is just reading Marx's book that he left for him.
Okay. Elrin, I'm assuming you are going to be walking up with Marlo as well.
Well, I'm not going, like I said.
No, I said Elrin.
You know
I feel
as
so
well.
bad for doing that to Korvac, but that is definitely something Hasmira would do.
Also, real quick, Rach, are you there?
Richard.
Richard.
So
Yeah, I'm here.
Richie Rich.
okay.
Oh,
Was I
okay.
muted?
are you?
I guess.
Yeah.
You weren't speaking.
No, I was.
Then you
here
were
when we
muted.
muted.
Well,
Probably. Anyways,
Regardless, let's keep going.
but no, he's not gonna see that. What he's gonna see is Elrin dressed up in a bit of a formal suit. He kicks the door open and jumps out, goes "Wow!" and just bolts it to the castle.
Jesus
oh
Christ.
dear.
She's got a fanboy.
Singing in the rain. What a
I'm
glorious
singing
feeling.
in the rain.
Although still, he while he's dressed in a bit of in a more formal attire, he still has a mask and hood on.
Elrin, is there anything you'd wish to do before you stop at the castle, by the way?
Nope.
Marlo, is there anything you'd like to do before you can stop by the castle?
Nothing.
Okay. So, as you, Elrin, as you arrive there, you happen to notice that Estina isn't anywhere in sight.
Alrighty.
There are servants and workers and anybody of the likes working around the courtyard area as well as within the castle that you could speak to if you wish to.
I'm actually gonna ask if where young Morden is.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. There.
Actually,
So
wait, no. First, I'm gonna ask where Esteen is. My bad.
All right. All the other. I'm gonna need you to roll a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
Perception.
Perceive well, boy.
All right.
21.
So you happen to know one particular individual slacking off over by the barracks. They look like they're snickering about something.
What's so funny over here?
Oh, no, it's just it was just the young maid blushes. Just a funny joke I heard is all.
Really? Oh, I'm all about jokes. What's the joke?
Oh no, I couldn't really bother you about it. It's quite you wouldn't like it. It's an anti-joke. Oh, she is fucking nervous. She looks like
17 for the record.
At 17. She is
But-
nervous, and from what you could tell, seems like she's trying to protect something of value within her.
Listen, friend, I am here. I am not going, not ask for anything simple. I just like to.
You cut out.
Oh, did I?
And Jacob
no,
disappeared.
Jacob
Oh.
disappeared too.
And he's back. Go.
Listen,
Oh, peach puff.
Okay, what did you say?
I
You
said,
everybody cut
I
out.
said,
This
I
one.
said, listen. I look at her and I say, listen, ma'am, I am only here to know what the joke was. I'm not here for anything else right now. I'm simply waiting on Princess Justine until then.
Well, if you're looking for Christine, she's over by the castle walls. She's
Good.
doing her.
Good. I
she's-
have some time. Now, what was the joke?
Oh, I can't particularly tell you what the joke was.
As lieutenant, I will ask one more time before.
Yes, but I am but a maid.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
that rank means nothing to
Actually,
royal staff.
yeah, that's kind of true.
Fuck. I'm trying to.
You
I
can-
mean, you could.
I
you could
have
try
a
and
You
hard
can
persuasion.
make like an intimidation check or
I
something.
mean, or persuasion.
That's the thing. I wanted to persuade her. I didn't know if
Then
I had
roll
to.
it, dude. Then roll
You
it.
roll it.
Yeah.
Even with a
Roll
2,
that persuasion.
that's 15.
She looks at you. Well, okay. Well, you see here. It wasn't really a. It wasn't really a joke. It was more of a love letter that I received from one of the local nobles that I serve under.
Really?
Technically not supposed to speak about it.
May I
Yeah.
see it? I
Mm,
apologize
you're-
for asking, but I would like to see it then.
well,
Oh, that's a little. Yeah.
I mean, I'd
You're
prefer not.
approaching asshole-ish territory there.
Very well.
I'd prefer not.
Very well then. If that's the case, I seem I have some time. Do you know where young Morden is?
Oh, Master Morden, he is. Well, he's either out by the garden or he's over. I think he's in his room. Last I checked.
Thank you. And you just see me bolt off at Mach 10.
As you run, she kind of wipes sweat off her face. Whew.
I assume Marlo was
I'm
entering
glad
at this
that's
point.
Nah, he was just sitting down the entire time he was going through that.
Well,
Peach puff.
I should probably go and
What an
get
interesting
back to
young
work.
man he is.
Oh, you must be Marlo.
Oh, yes.
Huh. How much?
You're
of
right.
that
I
did you
kind of was
do?
falling into asshole territory there. My bad.
By
What'd
any
you say,
chance,
Jacob?
how much did you happen? How long have you been standing there?
Oh, I heard all of it. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me, though.
Oh, thank you. Well, if there's anything I can get you, we'll be
Oh,
off on
I'm
our
just
way
here
to
waiting
back to
for
work.
Princess Justine.
I see. Well, hopefully she won't be too long. Anywho, good day. She goes and
Good day.
bows, and she runs off into the castle. As you go and knock on his door, Elrin, you happen to hear
Yeah. Morden, are you
Yeah.
in there?
you hear the sound of a flute stop. Now, who is it?
It's Ellerin. I need to ask you a question.
Oh, Elrin. Big scary dude. Got it.
Mm.
Let me come open the door. He opens the
Yes.
door. I'm sorry,
Yes.
you
The big
you
scary
startled
dude.
me. You startled
Yes.
me there for a second.
Well,
I was just practicing
Oh,
my flute.
it's all right. I have a quick question for you, Morden. Hopefully you'll.
What is that?
So I heard around the grapevine that Steen likes furniture.
Oh,
Now, what
loves
does-
furniture.
now, There's two things I want to know. What furniture does she want that she does not have? And what color do you think she'd want?
Well, she doesn't really.
Even fucking furniture.
He looks up at you and he's like, you know, I could tell you if you, give me a little something.
Okay.
And he kind of wipes his nose and holds his hand out.
Is this prince asking for a bribe?
Are you?
This
Morgan,
little shit is
I
asking
think-
for a bribe.
I say,
Look.
Gordon, you have more money than I do.
Look, I'm not asking for entirely money.
What exactly is Adagate? What is he asking for?
All the
Yeah.
pastries.
Hold on. He looks around you. I want to hold your sword. More
Which one?
specifically,
Oh
the
my
one
God.
that flies. The cool one
Morden,
I want to hold it.
Morden, this is not a toy.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you know, it seems to me you might have to go to somewhere else for information on this scheme.
You just see him. You just see him with this like real. He doesn't even have to tell that it's a fake smile. He's just like,
He
okay.
looks up at you and he smiles slightly. Slyly.
You could always
Now
ask Marlo.
Could I
He doesn't
dive
know
know,
on
that.
this sword?
He doesn't know that in game.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true.
You know what, then, Morden? I might just go ask Marion next, or Desando. I'm sure they would like to hold my sword.
About that. Well, it just so happens. I mean, you could try. Though, they probably wouldn't tell you. Trust me, the last time a secret of Vestine was left out, oh boy, they had it coming to whoever let it out. Oh, by that I mean my two other siblings.
And you're
She
willing.
doesn't.
You're willing to give me this information, and put yourself at risk. You are
Oh.
evil, young man.
Well, I mean, hey, to be fair, you were a pirate, or at least you seem like one.
I cannot argue there.
He wants
So-
to strangle this
Even if
kid.
that was the case, what's it to you to say it's right? It's wrong for me to hold a sword when you yourself, if you were of such stature, went on pillaging and all that sort of stuff.
You can't
You
give
say
him
I'm
his
Morden-
sword through his
Morden,
neck.
Morden, I respect you as the young prince, but there is a time and a place to say something like that.
I see. Well then, if me
But-
bartering is gonna help, I'll
But
just have to royal command you.
Fine.
Grown ass man is legit bargaining
I
with
am
his
You're
fucking
you're
kid.
being
I'm
manhandled by a child.
By
No,
a
I'm being
kid.
extorted. That's what I'm doing.
Well, here's the
He's
look, he
also
can't
the
even.
prince. I don't have a choice.
Also, he can't even
That's-
use that sword. I mean, he's a wizard. And he's a
He's a
child.
wizard. And he's a kid, yeah. He won't be able to
Here's
lift
that
that.
thing too: is that order means nothing because it's your own personal property.
Well, actually, no, that's not
I mean,
true.
that's
That's
not
not
how it works.
That's not how-
Anyways,
This isn't a democracy, pal.
anyways,
Nah, there's still laws,
so
dude.
I was like, fine. So I pull out my
Tango
Tango
Marte.
Marte, and I stick it right in front of it. I hold it by the blade and I stick the hilt towards him. I say, hold it.
Gladly, and actually, with that, give me just a second.
He has no
let's-
proficiency, and I gotta imagine his strength is not great for a child.
It is the
Oh,
rapier,
probably
but it's,
not.
and it's a finesse weapon. So
Yeah, rapiers are actually heavy. Believe it or not.
They are actually
Yeah,
heavy.
because the handles are meant to be really heavy.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
The
fuck,
blade-
no.
The blade
goes-
itself is a little heavy, but
Oh,
it's
he has a
sturdy.
-2 to strength.
Oh,
He tries lifting it up, and immediately it tumbles down.
Yeah.
Ah, dang, this is a nice braid. I wish I was stronger that I could hold it more. Anyways, your
I-
information.
I pick it up and stick it right back in. Oh, given due time, I might let you have it.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
Ah,
You're an
Anywho.
asshole.
you know what?
I'm a pirate.
You know what? That's perfectly fine. Touche,
you know what?
touche.
You know what?
He looks
know
up
what?
at you.
Although
I'll tell you.
I will say, I'll look at him and I'll say, you know, how about this? Once you get older, maybe eventually, I will teach you the secret word on how to use it.
Ooh, you got a deal.
When you're
now.
older.
I know. And she has been eyeing a pretty expensive. Well, actually, I wouldn't say it's expensive. It's actually not that expensive. It's just that she loves the craftsmanship on it. However, her mother doesn't want her having any more furniture in the room or anywhere else in the castle. Well, mother doesn't. She thinks we have quite enough furniture. Now, there's a shop down in the higher district, I think. I think it was can't remember the name. However, the name of the place, well, the way to identify it is there's a giant boar's head on it with a hammer on it. You probably should have you most likely passed through it on the way here.
So
Anywho,
I'm gonna write that down in my journal. Giant boar's head with hammer.
now then,
looking for crafts.
by the way, so what she likes, there's this particularly new, haven't been sold yet. Last I checked, and I checked this morning, by that ad. Good thing that I actually checked this morning too, because you would need us. It is what? It is a side table of sorts, made out of the northern Kalahari trees.
You
They have
roboted
very,
hard there.
very fine wood here. At least that's what I've been told.
I'm writing
But
all
she
this shit
loves
down.
that wood.
I'm writing all this
Now,
down.
The wood doesn't look like any other typical type of wood. It's actually a dark maroon colored wood.
Okay.
All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, from what I could see, it's right there in the door's window. I think they were asking about 2,000 gold for it, give or take. You might be able to barter it down some. But she loves that type of wood. I mean, if she could have an entire house made of that wood, she would. And no pun
She
intended. by
would.
the way.
Alrighty.
Now then.
So pretty much everything he's told me, I now have written in my journal. I was like, Brennan, thank you. And
Welcome. I'm assuming is there anything else you'd like to ask, or is that all?
Is there a place around this store that sells macaroons?
Ah, macaroons. Well, there just so happens to be a bakery down the street as well. They make I haven't tried the other cities or the other cities macaroons, but they're the best in town.
Thank you.
However,
Oh.
hold on. However, if you're thinking of getting them for Ernestine, don't go to that place.
Why?
She doesn't like that place, and she prefers to keep this a secret as well. There is this shop down in the lower district, over by the docks.
Over by the dog.
The place is run by, I think and before you ask, me and her have quite enough talks. There's so much to not tell anybody this either, which means you got to keep this quiet. Otherwise, you're gonna be in big trouble.
That might be a
think
little hard
that's like-
considering that I'm going to buy this stuff for her.
That is true. You could just say it's a lucky guess. Now, she herself, what was her name? Oh yeah, the place. The place is run by a guy named Ramon. However, he goes by the nickname the Baker, as they call it. Now, I don't know what's in these, but these are they make her really happy.
All right.
Oh, also, she told me in case I ever went down there to get some, don't ask the man what the secret ingredient is.
Oh no, it's drugs.
I'm gonna insight that the second I find one.
I mean, to be fair, you're inciting Morden, who doesn't know.
Yeah,
what
no,
this
he
is.
wouldn't know.
No. I said I'm gonna insight it when I buy one.
Okay.
Insight? Yeah, you mean investigation or
Or
perception?
Wouldn't that be an insight, or would that
We'll
be
figure it out later.
Insight, you
Then-
have to ask him about it.
You have to ask
Yeah.
him, and then you can insight the baker.
Yeah.
But you can't really
But if
insight
it-
a macaroon.
If you're just wanting
Oh.
to know about it, it'd have to be investigation.
Yeah.
Morden. Alright, big scary guy. Alright,
Big
Elrin.
guy.
By the way, real quick, before you go on, running off, in order to get those, you do have to say the secret phrase. I think the phrase was, how'd she put it? I think she said your mother was an asshole, something like that.
As he says that, Elrin.
He's trying to get this fucker beat the fuck up.
He kind of tenses up, and he's just like, Morden,
Yeah?
no more saying that.
You might
word."
want to insight.
But why? Why can't I say that?
It's an adult word. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh. But I can be as strong and big as an adult.
Yes, but you are not allowed to speak their tongue.
Fine.
All right.
You want to speak your tongue anyhow.
What was that?
Nothing.
Yeah, I would insight him, by the way.
Yeah,
Then again, I shouldn't be doing
because
that.
I think he might be trying to get you beat the fuck up.
Oh, thank God for.
No, he's telling the cold hard truth.
What? All right.
Oh my god.
Wow, this
We're
is
all
gonna be.
fucked.
Wow.
We already knew that.
Oh boy. All right. So I say, all right, Morden, thank you for everything. No saying that word anymore. Goodbye. And I just bolt off.
I don't know
As
who's more
you
fucked,
leave-
Eloquent or me.
But as you leave, as you run out to go do your things, Morning looks back at his food. Huh. Well then, he's gonna have a wonderful time getting those macaroons. He starts playing the flute. Huh. I wonder how the guy's doing. Oh well. Astine!
So I'm gonna go to the I guess I'm gonna
Yeet.
just what is it? I'm gonna go around kind of the higher end area that he described, looking for this Boar's place, the craftsmanship. I don't know.
Well, weren't you supposed to be with her
Yeah.
for tea around now?
Wasn't I? Wait.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
gonna
actually supposed to be already there for tea.
Cause I was gonna go buy that stuff first and then have it sent her. Wait. Did I just cut out?
Do you think she's gonna be appreciative of you being late though?
Yeah. Do you really
I don't
like
think
Okay.
he's gonna like you being
But-
late.
True.
So-
All right. So I'm going to get
So-
some tea with a steam.
Along with
wait.
Marlowe.
real quick?
Fish
Alright,
Hold on, wait, what happened? Because
What?
everything went silent for me.
He's going
for
to
a
see his
second.
team for tea
Yeah.
I see.
because he was supposed to.
Baseball.
Yeah. I got
Okay.
some.
So, as Marlo, as you're sitting there outside, you happen to hear footsteps. Some nice sized boots clambering up the way into the towards the gate. And as they get closer, you happen to hear a faint voice. God, those people are idiots. Do love them as citizens, though, but God, they're idiots. She goes,
pish posh.
the person hears you. Oh, Marlo, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Good. I'm assuming you heard what I just said. Let's
Oh,
just
of
say
course.
that. Right, you also have health. Okay, that's fair. I'm sorry. It's just some complications over at the castle gate or the castle walls. Anywho, I assume you received my message.
No, of course.
Okay. Is my associate here by any chance?
No, he has not arrived yet.
And
Well, he was
right
here, and then he left.
right as you say that, you see right around the corner, you see Ellerin. I'm here.
My associate, Elrin. Well, Lieutenant Elrin. I hope you have met our great, wonderful Marlowe here. He was also my teacher.
Pish,
Pish posh.
Pish posh.
pish
Yes.
posh.
Pish posh. Pish posh.
That's your catchphrase now.
Now then.
So he will be attending tea with us.
Yes, I haven't spoken to Marlowe in such a long time, and I figured
Yes,
now would
it
be
has
a
been
great
a few
time
years.
to catch up.
Yes, indeed.
Also, I figured it would be nice for you to accompany us.
Of course, princess.
Now,
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
she looks down and she kind of puts her fingers out, like she kind of has like a quizzical look on her face. I wonder.
What is it?
Deciding on whether or not if I want to invite Morden on this particular tea
Oh,
session.
It'd
be nice
I'm
to get.
sure
It would
he's-
be nice to know young Prince Morton.
I'm sure he's fine. I was actually just speaking to him. He was playing his flute.
Oh, I see.
Oh, well, perhaps he
Practicing
can
his
practice in
studies
front
as
of us,
well.
and we can give him a little bit of feedback.
So, I will say, to be fair, Marlowe, Alrin and Morden has gotten quite acquainted, to say the least. I think it
No,
might be perfectly fine, unless if you do wish to have Morden sit with us.
I mean, if you wish for him not to be, then that is perfectly fine. Yes, of course.
Well, if he does come waddling in, then by all means, I guess he could sit down and join us for tea. He does love his tea as well. I swear, I wonder
Alex,
if
he takes
Belsando
after
got
his
him hooked
sister,
on
then.
tea. No. I don't think he didn't take after us. I'm pretty sure it was Delsando's doing. But then again, to be fair, I have been quite busy in the past and hadn't really gotten too much time with
Lazy.
Delsando.
Good for
Now,
nothing.
Marlowe, I wouldn't say he's good for nothing. He has
Oh, I
definitely,
mean, yes, that is true.
he has definitely taught Morden well about the world, as well as, you could say, taking care of him,
I'm
to
back.
say the least.
That
Come back.
surprises me.
Great. So the kid
Yes.
who's keeping a big secret, a couple big secrets of Ellerin is gonna be joining him. Ellerin, who's bigger for Ellerin. Great.
Well, do you want to hear some good news?
Mm-mm.
It's
know what?
news.
You
The
know
only
what?
good news is that I will not be ratted out, hopefully.
It's 12 a.m.
You know what?
That's good news for me.
Elrin,
Oh, shit. Nah,
I'm
we're all
sure
gonna die.
Morden's been practicing for a while. Do have him come sit with us for tea.
Okay.
I can hear the teeth grating as you say that.
Now then, Marlowe, it's
Okay.
best that we go get the tea started.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now,
So
Would
you
you
see,
walk with me?
so you see Ellerin kind of walk up ahead right around the corner, and then you suddenly hear just like the fan running.
Oh,
You almost hear a sonic boom as Ellerin just takes.
yeah.
Marlowe, did you by any chance hear that sound?
Boom.
Yes, I believe it was your acquaintance, he winks, running away.
She looks up at you and she kind of gives you a slight glare. What is that supposed to mean, Marlowe?
No, means nothing, I suppose.
Marlowe, whatever you are thinking, that's not happening.
Sure.
I have my kingdom to look after. I just happen to keep a particular eye on him because he used to be a pirate, to say the least. That is all. I'm wanting to make
Justine,
sure
I know
he
you better
causes.
than anyone else, and I know that's not true.
We shall not talk.
If you
any
truly
further
thought
on
he
the
was
subject.
anything dangerous, then you would have had him gone long time ago.
Unfortunately, I would have liked that, but that's not the case. He arrived here with Garrick, and he had good word put into him by Satra.
From
We
what
both
you told
know
me, so
how
did
I
that
do
Marx
enjoy
fellow.
Satra. I don't want to talk about Marx.
I see.
Oh, this is the ultimate. Girl has to talk to her father about her crush.
Now, Elrin simply received good word and good vouches from Satra. And as her being one of the highest ranking military personnel within our kingdom, I, of course, would take her word for it.
No,
And I would
see.
not go and
Then
turn
tell
around.
me, how far has your acquaintanceship gone?
I love you, you beautiful bastard.
This is great.
Milo, Astine looks up at
Put on
Milo.
monocle.
You know, it's rather quite pish-posh to ask a member of royalty about her relationship.
Oh, pish
Come on,
posh.
buddy.
I've known you since you were a tiny little baby.
Yes, I know you
We're
have.
more like family.
Agreed. However, this... You know what? For the record, it hasn't gotten that far. And we are going to drop the
Do you want
subject
it to go
now.
Oh
No.
my god.
Wow. You are pushing this more than I thought.
Stab. Stab
Oh,
him.
that's
Stab.
Marla for
She
you.
looks at Milo. You know, I'm not quite sure. Although I do have the kingdom to run, well, not to run, but, you know, to help keep in balance, you could say, and other continental matters, I'm not quite sure if I want to take it any further. Granted, might look odd for a member of royalty to be on a date or on some sort of romantic field trip or anything of that sort
Oh,
with someone
please.
that's
Still,
in the
Sando's
military.
had more than his share of girlfriends.
Yes, but that's still Sando, and I don't think he's touched any of the guards. Trust me,
Well,
I would know so.
I can tell you no longer wish to talk about this, but for the record, he certainly seems to like you.
Yes, I've been picking up those.
If I
I've
hear
been seeing
that,
some of that.
if I
You
hear that,
don't.
I'm gonna be putting a blade to your throat.
You
bud.
don't. You laughed.
You're getting more.
Now then, Marlo, let's get up to the room.
Of course.
And we're gonna go over to Ellerin as he is bolting around, heading towards Mordin's room. Mordin, banging on the door.
Ah! Yes? What
Morning?
is it? I'm trying to practice my flute.
Get in here, and I go inside and I close the door, lock it. Mordin, we need to talk. Estine needs you to come and come to tea with us.
Oh, really? My sister would like me to attend tea with her. Oh, I'd love to.
Yes.
Is Marlo
so-
coming?
Yes, he's there too.
Oh, that's great. I'm hoping he could tell me more about my father.
The solemn subject.
He's gonna pause for a sec. Ellerin will pause and be like, probably not the best time to do that.
Anytime's a good time to talk about family relations.
Anyways,
Now then.
Mordin, there's a couple ground rules that I'm not gonna demand, but I'm really not to do. One, please do not mention anything about what you told me a few minutes. His hands are shaking, and his voice kind of croaked while he's doing this. Like, please do not tell her anything about this.
He looks up at you, and a smile goes across his face. You know what? You got a deal. Only if you get me some ice cream later.
Okay, that's fine. One more thing. The adult word thing you said, let's not bring that up either.
That'll have to be double scoops of ice cream.
I'm fine with anything.
Just
Good.
Like, it
I'm glad
literally
we
has you around his finger.
negotiation.
You're in my world now, not your
By the
world.
way- By the way, Elren,
Hmm?
I did happen to look through some of my, well, don't tell my mother this, but I did happen to go snooping through her private library and found some things about my father. More so, well, not anything of sorts of what he's like, except for the fact that he's quite persuasive.
Hmm.
Now, I must ask you, are you persuasive at all?
That's a topic for debate.
Well, you
I
seem like a
mean,
very
with what you did
persuasive
at the
person.
battle, I don't think so.
Yeah, right.
I heard coming
Probably
from the soldier. I heard coming from the soldiers rumors that you managed to persuade the entire opposing forces into surrender via persuasion, of course.
That I
Now then.
did.
Now, I gotta ask, if that's the case, I need you to do me a favor instead of getting me ice cream.
Oh,
Really? Now his voice is like a little more calm and almost happy. He's like, "Really? What did you
I
have
need
in
you.
mind?"
Okay, how do I say?
Well, as you know, I don't know much about my father. I need you to persuade Marlowe to to converse about my father. My father. By that I mean, he plays me a fool, but I feel there's something much more going on about my father that everybody else isn't wanting to tell me. I need you to convince him to
Oh, he was already gonna
spill
tell.
the beans.
He doesn't know that, though.
I don't think that. From what I've been told, Morden, best idea.
Look. He breathes in. He breathes in deep. He breathes out deeply. Look. I have a strong feeling that was my mother trying to protect me when I was a kid. Here's the thing. My father, from what I've heard, he was a strong man. And him dying of an illness like that, I just don't see that as believable. So if anything you can do, please try to convince him to tell me more about my father. If anybody's willing to talk, it might be him.
He takes a he takes a he takes a deep breath, and at this point he takes off his face mask, says, and gets down on a knee and says, "Morden, I'll do what I can, but I have been asked by certain people not to really bring him up, but
Mm.
I'll do I'll do what I can."
Thank you.
Now,
I do thank you. By the way, I have one last question.
yes,
Is it true, the rumors I've also been hearing
about what?
about Marks leaving the castle?
Oh shit, you don't know that?
I don't know.
Actually,
I
he
haven't
would
heard
because
it.
he's taking residence in his house.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's true.
Yes, it is true.
I see. He starts to choke up. I see. Well then, you can go and tell my sister that I will be attending to you momentarily. That is all.
Before I leave, I'm gonna unlock the door, put my mask back on, look back at him and say, "Look, I liked Marks too, but there's a time and a place for everything. I think right now, let's just enjoy some tea." And I just walk out and close the door.
As you walk out and close the door and walking down the hallway, you hear a loud slam against the door. And all you just hear is the faint sound of him crying. A few
Not
minutes later,
Not my
so
and he just Elrin just kind of thinks to himself, "I wish I didn't have to do that." But
All right, and
then
then
he just kind of walks off towards Sistine and Marlowe.
as you reach the door, you hear laughter going on in there. You know, Marlo, that was probably one of my favorite jokes. Probably the most favorite that you've told since, well, forever.
Oh, well, I'm
Loved it ever
glad
since
you
I was a
enjoyed
kid.
it.
Yes, thank you.
I heard it from a toucan.
You always said it was a toucan. Though I don't always believe it was a toucan.
No, but it was.
It appears you two are having some fun.
I
Oh,
see.
yes.
Elrin, where's Morden?
He said he'll be down in a second. I went to go grab him. Said he needed to prepare for a minute, and
Oh, she looks down at her tea. I see. Well, then come sit down. We're having a nice bit of Earl Grey tea.
No,
One of my
yes.
favorites.
Alrighty.
It is an excellent tea.
Marionette will be here momentarily.
And
She's,
he kind of tenses up. Ellerin tenses up for a sec. Awesome.
Wow!
I'm glad you enjoy Marionette. I know she can be quite a character, Elrin, but please, do try to...
Marinette can be a handful, but she truly is a good
Yeah,
soul.
she does have a good soul. She's a character, to say the least. Do not be terrified or anything of that sorts of her. She is a kind soul underneath. She's just a bit of an odd one, but I mean,
She
to be
has
fair,
a peculiar way of going about things.
to be fair, Marlo, any family is not perfectly normal. There's
No,
always
no.
going to be at least one odd bunch.
Oh dear, no. I dare say your father was the least normal out of all of you.
Yes, that is true.
He truly was an oddball.
That he was, that old fool. As you, do you take a seat, Elrin?
Yeah, he just sits down.
Okay. As you guys, is there anything you guys wish to convert? Actually, no. Elrin, Astine looks over at you. Elrin, by the way, I heard, did you, happen to tell Marlo about the event that happened at Hawthorne? Quite commendable, might I add.
Oh, thank you, Princess. And then I tell Marlo, I just told him how I talked down the army.
Yeah.
He was already told about that with Garrett.
Yeah,
Oh,
but,
right.
But you don't know that.
Well, yeah, I don't know that.
Well, no, he does because he congratulated him when he got there.
No, I mean, Elrin doesn't know that.
No, he does because he came over
yeah.
and.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I misunderstood.
Astine doesn't know, but Astine doesn't know that,
Yeah, but it just says, yeah, he has been known.
So I
It's
just
as
kind of
simple as that.
repeat it so Astine can know the details.
Ah, again, no, quite a marvelous achievement
Yeah.
you've done.
he's quite the talker too.
I'm sure
Alright.
someone has taken quite an interest in you over this.
She goes and lightly, hold on,
Ah,
she lightly kicks you in the foot, Marlo. And she
Can I
kind of just
see if
glares
I-
at you.
Can I roll to see if I see that?
Yes.
What would that be?
I think I would
Perception.
definitely see
That'd
that.
be perception.
Fuck, I probably don't see that.
No. What you'd see as you're drinking your tea is she quickly glares at him, but like quickly resumes back to her regular tea sipping. Yes. Someone might have taken an interest in that. I mean, I'm sure there's quite wonderful young maidens out there that would love to be in your Actually,
Oh yes,
scratch
but I
that.
heard from
I
heard from a little birdie that this one quite enjoys tea.
Yes, well, here's the thing though, Marlo. A lot of our beautiful young maidens here probably wouldn't want to go out with the guy that's flawed or very persuasive, to say the least.
Oh, well, you see, they'd be wrong. You see, this guy here, he's done some great things for this kingdom.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And you remember what happened to
Jesus.
And do you remember what happened to Del Sando with the young nun at the church?
Oh, please, that was bound to fail.
Elrin,
This is just
Oh my
Sando
God.
we're talking
Elrin
about.
choked on his
You got
teeth.
me when I was
Yes,
drinking water.
but she is,
You son of a
she
bitch.
is quite a character yourself, wouldn't you agree? And quite persuasive as well, especially with young maidens. And you know how all those went out.
This is
He
going-
ended back up here
That's great.
in the nursery with bumps and bruises all over. Even a couple of cuts from the fathers.
Seriously, you can't be that apprehensive about this.
Look, all I'm saying is that someone of Elrin's stature, I don't think anybody of Elrin's stature would take notice of him. I mean, aside from commending him on what he did, but, you know, in terms of dating, I don't see it. And no offense, Elrin.
None taken.
Ah, this is great.
Well, I think that this person would be very stupid for not taking the chance.
Yes, quite,
As he says stupid, I'm gonna go a little further here. I'm actually gonna slam my hands right on the table a little, to the point where everyone knows that I just did that. When you right as you say is stupid, someone will be stupid not to. You just see Elrin slam both his hands on the table with the cup he was holding.
he a scene looks over at you, it's like, is there something you'd wish to say, Elrin?
Not to you.
I see.
Do calm down, both of you. You're letting off bad energy in here. And just wait
Right.
until us. You don't want Marionette coming in here and sensing bad energy. Marlo, I think we both know what Marionette does when she senses bad energy.
Oh dear, I can't deal with that again.
Yes, I don't think you'd want to attend several servants and maids in the nursery home again, or in the nursery again. Oh yeah, Elrin, about
Right.
that.
Right. I
I
apologize.
should probably tell you this. I try not to let off any really, really off-putting or unusual vibes coming through. She well, I'm sure you know by now she's a monk and
She gets quite
trained for
violent.
very years. She's quite good
She
at
could never quite
right
get
skill.
She could never quite get a hold of the controlling your emotions part of that.
Ah, yes. To say the least, there was many people who were injured that day. And that is the last time we will ever give her off bad vibes again. Or, well, energy.
Elrin,
say the
Elrin, look,
Poor handmaid
Elrin will
Scarlet
look at
still,
her-
still isn't the same.
Elrin will look at her and he will just say, I will do my best to show restraint.
Ah, yes, good, thank you. As you guys, as she says this, you see Morden appear in the doorway. Hi, sis. Hi, Marlo.
Oh,
Hi, big
hello.
scary guy.
Oh?
Asim kind of chuckles at this.
Hi, Morden.
Sis, what kind of tea are we having today? Ah, yes, we're having Earl Grey. One of your favorites as well. Yay! Love Earl Grey. He goes and pours himself a cup, and he kind of has a hop and a skip. And he goes and sits down at the table across, at the other end of the table across from you guys.
Oh, young
So,
Morton.
what
Nice
have
of you
I
to join
missed?
us.
Pleasure's all mine. Besides, I haven't really gotten to speak to you that much, Marlo.
No, I suppose you haven't.
I mean, I've heard many great things about you from Estine, Marionette, Delfando, my mom, the other generals, especially
please.
Sacha. But No. I heard many great things, especially the fact that there have been rumors, or well, they even rumored to me that you've been here for well over a few hundred years. I mean, if that was the case, that'd be amazing. You must have known so much history around the world.
Oh, you'd be surprised at the things I could know.
Is that so?
Yes, I've seen the rise and fall of kingdoms. It's quite interesting
Ah.
to watch, to be honest.
Really? I always imagined those to be a bit evil and
No,
upsetting.
trust me, most of them just fall for other reasons.
Oh, I see. Marlo, I overheard my mother talking to you earlier. She said that you just arrived back from the Eastern continent. What's it
Oh,
like
yes.
there?
Well, where I hail from, it's quite lovely.
He kind of sits his tea down and kind of widens his eyes and has a cheerful smile go across his face. Really? How
Yes.
lovely.
We have these giant tree houses that we live in, and there's magical plants and animals as far as you can see.
Magical plants and animals? What type of animals? Also tree houses. Sis, what are tree houses? They're you know the little the lookout stations over at the
No,
some of
mine.
the forts?
What I'm talking about is more of, you know how your house is like this big room, like with segregated. Our houses are kind of like that, but they're carved into trees.
Ooh.
So
That must have taken you guys a long time to make them.
Oh, we did.
Marlo, where
Yo.
did you say you were from?
Oh, the Eastern continent.
Well, I know that. You said that you hailed in a forest area.
Oh, yes.
You wouldn't happen to have heard of the old community of Shirian, have you?
Oh, I've heard plenty about them.
Did you hear about their tragic story many years ago?
Oh, yes, that was truly a tragedy.
Yes, it
Elrin, what was the tragedy? I want to know.
Well, what happened was one day, because it was very much like what are you, a Loxodon?
Yeah, Luxodon.
Well, it was a big city in the trees, much like what our Loxodon friend here hailed from, and well, this story was, let's just say, had less than a good ending.
Yes.
That's kind of sad, isn't it?
It is. Everyone, the whole city. Technically, it was technically a village, is gone now.
Yes, from what I've heard, all except for a single boy lost to the sea.
Yes, a tragic fire that destroyed the entire community.
Oh, well, that's kind of saddening then.
Yeah.
Oh, say, Elrin,
Hmm.
I gotta ask you something. Didn't
Yeah.
you and didn't the rest of you guys get like 2 new people that joined up with you guys? I just sworn there was new people amongst you guys when I went to go visit the ball.
Razmira and Korvac?
Oh yeah, those.
Yes.
You
Was
wouldn't
it?
You wouldn't happen to be able to find time for me to go speak with them. You do want to meet them.
Well, Razmira, I don't exactly know where.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'll just make her some bread. Everybody loves
wait.
bread.
Speaking of talking in time, Morden, I would like to talk to you in private.
Oh, I see. Well, Whenever we could go
Now
now
would
if
be a
you'd
good
like.
time.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will pardon myself. He sets the cup down. Thank you, sister. This tea was quite lovely.
Yes, we shall leave
Elrin,
to acquaintances
I do
to
hope-
their own business.
I do hope that you can at least try to talk to them, see if we can find time to speak with one another. I
I'll
want to
do
meet
what
as
I
many
can.
people as possible. Oh, and tell them I'm gonna bring pastries.
I will do what I can, Prince Morden.
Thank you.
Huh. Posh, posh.
Posh, posh. Posh, pish, posh.
Alright. Hmm.
Marlo, where would you like to speak in private about? Private at?
Your room will do just fine. And anywho, I want to give those two some time to talk first.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh
fine.
god.
Well then, let's be off.
Of course.
By the way, Marlo, why my room exactly? Couldn't we just do it out in the courtyard or something?
This is a matter best talked about in private.
Oh, I see. You think you think my mother wouldn't approve of it?
Probably not. But I feel you should know anyway.
Oh. I see. He looks down and a frown spreads across his face. Well, I guess I could have no choice but to trust you. At least that's what my sister and other siblings told me. When it comes down to it, look for a giant elephant feller. Look for a giant elephant dude that has a whacking stick.
Oh, yes.
I still feel the
Where is
bruises.
Dosendo? My stick's still aching for a whacking.
Oh, you might want to
Oh, God.
phrase that a different way, Chief.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
the
my
stick
God.
is aching for a whacking.
Alrighty.
As you're walking down the hallway, you do happen to see Del Sando watering some plants. There's some
He
flowers.
just whacks him with the stick and continues walking.
Ow! Marlo!
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
time you
yes,
can
we can
spend
do that.
studying.
Let's ask for some help by the maids. And as a noble as such, I chose to help her.
Pish posh, you know you're just flirting again.
No, I'm not.
God.
Sold.
Alrighty.
As you guys
but yeah.
reach this room.
Anyway, let's take some time to let Ustine and fucking Elrin talk.
Yep. Estine looks over to you.
Right as here's the thing. Right as Morden and Marla walk out, Elrin just closed the door behind him. He puts his back to the door. Goes, all right.
Is something the matter, Alrin?
Not in particular. Just think it was time that we opened up the room a little bit.
Just
I say
open
as
the
I
door.
close the doors behind
Just
him.
open the
Well,
door.
wouldn't opening up the room a bit more be opening up the doors and the windows and letting all
More
the
like-
nice cold breeze come through?
My bad. Clearing the room.
Yeets
I
furniture
see,
out the
yes.
room.
Shut up.
You
Alright,
assisted
alright.
as well. To say the least, Marlo is a he is a crafty bunch.
He's a talkative fellow.
Yes, and quite a persuasive one as well.
Hmm.
But he is still a loyal citizen to both the royal family as well as the kingdom, so regardless, respect should be treated amongst everybody equally. Though,
Agreed.
I won't lie, he himself is kind of
Abrasive.
he's kind of well, I'd like to say he's kind of a strategist, you could say. He was really pulling some strong moves there.
I'd like to say he has no filter, but that is just me.
Oh no, if he had no filter, he would have just outright said it.
You did
I don't-
outright say it.
Almarin, I don't think he exactly has. I believe he has a filter. Just a very
Thin one.
peculiar one.
That does not drain, but it's there.
It
say
minimally
the least.
drains.
In any case, I'm glad that he's out of the way. Tensions were definitely rising.
He just got Elrond just kind of puts both his hands and rubs his face.
Are you alright, Alren?
Just
Like you're in
just
cross.
that. Well, just that I haven't met the guy for more than a little bit, and he already knows more than what Garrick, Resmira, and Korvac know combined.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
he-
Marlo for you.
That's
She kind of looks down and stares at her drinks. You know, I can agree with you on that statement. He knows well more than what he should know.
His knowledge is now a concern.
No,
In
he's got
front of me.
knowledge. Well, I can agree and also disagree with that. I might have to go and talk to him later about some thing. But aside from Marlowe, do sit down and try to lighten up a bit.
Gladly. And he's gonna sit right back down.
She
Well,
looks
we have-
over to you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, well, we have a few minutes before Marionette gets here. What would you like?
Yes. Well, honestly, I thought she would have gotten here a bit faster, but she might be taking her old sweet time. In any case, I guess since we're here, we can at least get to know a bit more about one another. Now then, what should I start with? Well, I'll be honest, I'm not one for such small talk, or never gotten myself into such frivolous matters, so what are your opinions on the beach?
On the what is it? You cut
What is
out.
your
The beach.
opinion? What is your opinion on the beach?
Going to the beach?
Yes, I mean the beach is quite calming, you know.
That does not sound like a bad idea.
Oh no! I wasn't insisting. Beach, I was asking, what's your opinion on the beach? I think it's quite lovely.
I think it is beautiful. I've seen many beaches around, and I will say there are none like the ones that rest around this area, around here.
I see. She'd like to incite that statement. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I don't think he's lying.
I'm
I
not
don't
lying.
think so.
I'm not lying, but she can still incite it.
He lie.
No, you know.
He so big. How dare you lie to the royalty?
I see.
Ha!
Honestly, I'm quite a bit surprised that she would say such things. I honestly thought you would have said some of the beaches, some of the other beaches you went around, especially in the foreign parts of this world. Do tell. Aside
Well-
from this beach, which one was probably the most adventurous, you could say?
It was an old beach on the eastern continent near where I grew up. And if you want the truth, it's more of a good memory about it than the actual self. It was where I don't take this the way I say it. It is something different. It is because it was where I was to my old crew.
I see. That would make sense.
But
Naturally, I don't blame you.
I only say that because being on the crew it had plenty of moments, but But the one thing that brought me comfort about it was that it started on.
I see. That would make quite sense.
If you very much wish, one day, if you like, I can take you.
That would be nice after this is all over. However,
Agreed.
here's the thing. Unfortunately, I cannot go to the Eastern continent. Not even after this war.
How come?
Maybe. As you know, we have not heard anything from the Eastern continent's kingdoms at all. The only thing we get, as I've stated, is a few shipments here and there. Spices, teas, stuff of that sort. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it seems as though a lot of people here are connected with the Eastern continent, and it seems that a lot might know a thing or two about the Eastern continent. Now, I would like to ask, by any chance you wouldn't you wouldn't happen to know anything about the kingdoms, would you?
I wouldn't
Granted,
know.
as you would not know. That is fair.
Shirian was. He snicks and says, a little out of the ways of most of the populated cities.
Well, I apologize for going into politics here or anything of that sort. But surely, out of all the taverns you must have ran into while you're on the Eastern continent, of course, I can only assume you must have heard at least a rumor or two about the kings or queens there.
I was a. He just kind of like rubs his face for a second. Says, "I was a sheltered child, to say the least."
I see. You poor soul. Not understanding the freedoms. Honestly, I won't lie. There are some cases I even envy you on the fact that you were a pirate, being free on the open seas, not tied to duties of such manner here or anywhere else on land.
As much I would like to, that there were plenty of issues I had to deal with as the captain for a certain point.
That's only natural. Might I ask more about this captain?
Well, he was a very old when he found. He didn't live much longer after I got on the ship. Only recruited a couple people, and mainly just wanted to sail around. We didn't. Once I got on, we didn't really do much plundering, as you may call it. We mainly docked in ports, occasionally swiped a couple things of minimal value, and then just went on our way. We never tended to stay in one place more than a few days.
I see. Well, that is fair. If you are well then, Ellen, if you are in need of any more, if you are in need of searching for your pirate crew, then by all means, I will try to help you as much as possible. However, I'll have to ask Garrick about the Eastern continent then, or at least a bit more than hopefully you know.
She wasn't there at the tea time,
No.
so someone ratted me out.
One thing I do wish to do,
I was
as a dream, one day hopefully go across the seas to the Eastern continent. Hopefully go to speak with some of the royals there. Request a royal royal dinner, you might add. I'm sure people from the Eastern Continent would love to, or at least from the royals from the Eastern Continent, would love to have dinner with someone from the from the
ignorant.
Western Continent.
My princess, I do advise prudence, to say the least, if you attempt to go to the eastern. The beaches are beautiful. Probably, let's just say, ill-advised.
I see. Well then.
There's a lot. Although I don't know much, I know there is not much good with the Eastern Continent.
I see.
Which is the same thing Marlowe has told her.
Yes.
Interesting. Well then, I think that is all I have to ask about the Eastern Continent.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Though,
You said that in game? Shit.
No,
Actually-
I said that out of game. I said that out of game.
she looks over at you. You know, actually, I hate lying, but I have but one last question I must ask.
Okay.
While you were on your travels over there, you didn't happen to see any interesting flags of sorts, did you?
Would I have out of game?
Alex?
Depends. The Eastern Continent is a vile landscape. Horrible, cruel leaders who have a strongest survival of the fittest mentality. Their flag is a black flag with a city burning and the king's fist in the air, a reminder that he will stand on top.
Literally the only safe havens being the home of the Loxodon and Wood Elves.
Yeah, that's quite literally the only good place.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Ellery doesn't know that. Doesn't know about that flag.
I mean, you would have to roll a history check, I think is the standard.
Yeah,
You know
you'd have to
what?
roll
Roll a history
You know
check.
what? I will. Roll a history check.
I know Marlowe would because traveling through there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So many natural 20s tonight.
Natural 20? Yeah, I know it. So
Question is, will you disclose it?
You might as well. I mean, it's not. She's asking you, and you want to check a deception check.
Yes. One flag that I've seen when I've sailed in areas near the Eastern Continent.
Oh, with that nat 20, the Eastern Continent is all just one giant ass country. Like it's all one country. Some areas that are unmonitored, but it's all one fucking country.
Oh, well then,
Except for,
yes,
again,
I have
the-
seen. If that's the case, then yes, I have seen a peculiar flag, and from what I'm aware is that it's the flag of the Eastern Continent itself. It's not the. Oh, anyways, he tells her he's seen ships with a black flag with a city burning and a fist in the air.
I see. Interesting. The fact that here I am thinking that this entire time the Eastern Continent had many kingdoms. It seems that they are unified by one ruler. Well, that is all I have for questions about the Eastern Continent for today.
Did you have anything else we can talk about? Besides
What would you like to talk about then? I don't know why that daft sister of mine is taking forever. She must have intended this. Oh, but that's beside the point. If you have any questions, do ask.
So, this is more of a invitation than a actual question, but I will ask it as a question. Jacob, you there?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh.
Wait.
We didn't. We thought we were still going.
Esteem, would you care to, as I've heard you are a very excellent fighter, I'd like to know, would you like to train or spar with me sometime?
I see. I will have to actually, for the moment, decline your offer.
Okay.
But within a few days, but only because only because I have other certain duties to attend to. Let's. How about?
I wonder.
Next Monday work?
That is fucking
should be
blowing up.
I should be I should be free then next Monday. Would that be acceptable? I mean,
That's
it's a week from today, but you know.
That's perfect.
Great. Oh wait a minute. That might be ill advice. I might have to be going on mine. I'll put you on a rain check for that. How about that? I'd have to speak with my mother and see if anything else is happening within that week that I need to know before doing that. Because no offense, Elrin, but the kingdom's duties do come first before sparring. Well, I wouldn't say before sparring. Well, that sort of invitation quest.
Very well. And I agree with that. I will not stop you then if that's the case. If you ever wish to, or whenever you do, you can always just let me know, and I can plan accordingly.
I will do that, most definitely. Is there anything else you'd wish to ask me?
I don't think so.
As you say this, you hear a cheerful voice coming down the hall.
Actually, you know what? You know what? Before he gets here, there's gonna be one more. Before we even hear that, there's one more thing I'm not gonna ask. Well, I'm gonna go to her and I'm gonna say, this is one more thing. He kind of lowers and tries to soften his voice the best he can, you know, and he says, so this is not a question. This is just more of a statement. And I guess because of our Loxodon cat is a bit out of the bag, but
I would have to agree with your statement there. He is quite the Loxodon out of the bag. Quite.
I don't. What?
Oh, look at the gift I posted. Alright, so for people in chat, I posted a gif of Michael Myers pulling up a knife and walking like Michael Jackson, and I pushed "She's coming" for Mirror O'Reilly.
Oh, Elrin!
Damn it, you ruined it, Alex! You ruined it!
I'm sorry!
You ruined it!
Alright, shoot.
Alright, let's keep going.
Let's go back to your moment.
Hang on. I gotta... Okay. So...
Keep coming.
Just, let's keep going. We'll laugh about this later.
Anyways. So, alright, so the cat's out of the bag thanks to Mr. Arlo. But
yeah,
what he said is true, esteem. I do like you.
though that I might like you as well. However, there is but one trial that I would like to, before I go and see if you are of worthiness. Not because I'm royalty. Not if anything were to progress further, I'd want to make sure that we have some strong, capable people within the kingdom. Which is why you are to spar me. I will accept your invitation once I know of any, if I have anything going on that day.
Very well.
With
Well,
that, as
I will
go
be
ahead.
ready when that day comes.
Yes, as will I too. I do hope you bring your. I do hope that you do bring out the best in you when we fight. I mean, of course, not killing each other, but you know,
Absolutely.
do try to bring your A game, as some people like to call it. As she says this, a a face appears around the corner. Oh, sister, you're here. Oh, and Elrin, rah. Glad
Aha.
to see you're here. Oh, wait,
You're
you guys
fucked.
already started team without me? Where's Marlo?
He's
Isn't
gone.
Oh, Marlo's gone? Oh, well, I guess it's just gonna be 3 of us then. She goes and grabs her tea.
I think that's
With
the best
that-
place to leave that.
Oh my
We're
god.
gonna go with switch
Alright, I
to
had to
Mar.
get my
We're gonna
laptop
switch to
for a
Marlo.
second.
Oh
We're
my
gonna switch
god.
to Marlo.
Okay.
I'm gonna give me 1 second.
As a side, that was the perfect gift for this, and you all know it.
Oh my god.
Alright.
I can't even right now. I literally just can't even right now.
Alright, let's keep going. I'm sorry. Sorry, chat.
Um,
I'm so fucking sweaty.
I can't even.
Alright.
Fucking Michael Myers.
As you guys reach his room, Morton opens the door. Alright, well, in you go.
All
Fine.
right, all right. He would enter the room.
The room of misery.
The room where
The
it
room.
happened. The room
The
where
room where it happened. The
Shh,
room
copyright.
where it happened.
Yeah, we only did 5
Copyright.
seconds. Yeah, we're fine. Alright.
There would be no
boom, then
comfortable
it
place for
happened.
him to sit, so he would just take a seat on the floor. Oh, so Morton. Hello. Jacob.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
Morden sits down in a chair in front of him and cheerfully listens in.
I'm sure by now, probably figured out that your father didn't exactly die of sickness.
His smile quickly turns into a frown. That's what I have beginning to expect or suspect. What exactly happened, father?
That is a long story, so let's start from the beginning.
With that, hold on. You're supposed to- Right. No, wait. Was that it? No.
No,
No.
give me
Also,
just a second. I have to pull
yeah,
something
for
up because
people
I
in
can
the-
name names.
Chat. This is going to an image of what is King Xander.
Yep. That was the king. Very human.
Yeah.
He looks so alive and healthy.
Well, he's dead now.
I know, that's a joke.
Oh.
So, are you familiar with how your mother and your father met?
From what I've heard, they were longtime friends. Childhood
Yes.
friends, to be exact.
Well, you see, not too long after you were born, your father and your mother had a vision from the goddess Tatar. How do you say that?
Italia.
Titalia.
You mean the
She
god?
told them
you
of
mean
a.
the god
She,
of
yes,
Mizar?
she told them of an ancient weapon one that would help a certain sickness in your mother's family. So, they sought it. They searched for years and years, and then eventually, they found it. Your father went on an expedition to get it.
Do you remember anything that you guys discussed about before he left on his expedition? From what I heard, he was a man that loved to go around and he was friends with anybody he could meet. One of the most friendliest faces around the kingdom.
That he definitely was. He did tell me one thing. He told me to tell you that if anything happened to him, he loves you, and that he's sorry he couldn't be here.
I see.
Now, where were we? Yes. Your father went on an expedition to retrieve the weapon. It just so happens that taking the weapon from where it was would cause the temple it was in to collapse. Knowing he could not make it out, he gave it to his fastest soldier so that he may bring it back to your mother. And he, fortunately, again, did not make it.
Did not make it.
And alas, the sword arrived too late. Your mother's family did not make it either.
I thought her I thought oh. I thought my other relatives were long dead prior to me being born. That's what, of course, what mother
No, they died. They died of this. Not too long after. That was a sad day. The entire country cried. I don't think a single soul went without feeling the pain, but none more than your mother.
I see. Well, there is but one thing I'd like to do, if at all possible.
And what does that mean?
Well, from what my mom, or from what I've been hearing around town, there was rumors that one of her top specialists in the field of science was working on some sort of spell that could allow people to go and see past memories within their mind. By any chance, do you think we could go by that curse and go and allow me to see that memory of my father speaking to you that one last?
Yes, I wouldn't see why not. Though that will have to wait until a later day.
I understand. He goes and he kind of falls onto his. He falls down and sits on the ground with his hand in his face. Father died because he went on for some illness. Well then, I understand. Well, I don't know the exact word to put in here, but I guess reflect on it is how Descendo would have put it.
I wouldn't say that. And also, don't listen to a damn word that boy says. Morton, no matter how dark things get, there is always hope. That is something your father firmly believed in. Something I believe in too.
I see. Well, no. There's only one thing that I can remember. At least the words that one true words that he spoke to all of us. Well, more so, especially me. When I was a young boy, though, my mom always told me. She said that in the future I would make a good king. So, I'm not sure if I could ever outmatch him, or even the Steen, or even my own mother. I just see it.
Morton, you cannot
Yeah?
compare yourself to others. If you do that, you will never live up to what you could be. You will never be your father, you will never be Delsando, you will never be a Steen. You will be you, and that's all you need to be.
I see, but look at them, they're so strong and capable, and
Because
well,
they
about the
follow
only
their
thing I can
path.
actually go through is make pastries and bread. I want to be as strong as they can be. Like Marks and Ellerin and Gary, Satra, and Vadans. Just want to be strong like them.
And I'm sure you will in time.
Okay. Well, he goes and he wipes the tears from his face, and he gives a bright smile. You know what? I think I'm gonna go and play my flute now. I think my father would love to hear my music, especially if he's smiling down from the heavens.
I'm sure he would.
He goes, turns around, picks up his flute, and starts playing a tune.
Marlo would leave,
Mama.
looking back at the door as he closed it.
Xander, this boy of yours, he's everything you hoped he would be.
Didn't mean to make you cry.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
Mama.
so, time goes through.
Alrighty, let's keep
Um,
putting faces, people.
Marlo, are you going to go and speak to the queen?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Alright.
as you walk into the throne room, there is a bunch of murmuring coming through. It seems as though the other generals that are there, minus Satra, are all lined up, and they're all having one giant debate. And during the time, as you're walking up to her, you overhear them saying, "But Your Majesty, we can't do this. This is preposterous. This is something we cannot do. Look here."
He would look at all those generals and be like,
Pish posh! Are you
Oh,
dare
look.
to question Helena's judgment?
Look, it's the giant elephant. Came back from the Eastern Continent.
I've certainly
Oh, man.
done more for this country than you have.
Well, you oughta. Now, she looks over at you guys. Now, guys, quiet down. Marlo.
Yes,
Is there
Helena.
something you are in need of? Are you in need of speaking to me about? No offense, but we are quite in the middle of a she glares at one of the generals, discussion. Apologies for their rudeness, and you will need to apologize as well on a later
Yes.
date.
Of course.
Now then, I do hope that what you need to speak to me about is of good news.
Not exactly.
Whatever so do you mean?
I feel this would be better suited for private.
I see. Generals, would like to ask each of you to make your leave.
You've all been dismissed.
Been dismissed for
Begone,
about.
thoughts.
Give us 5 to 10 minutes.
Be gone,
Let you know when we
thought.
are- when
Alright.
we are ready to see you again. They all leave, they go all walking out the door, murmuring to each other. Now then, what is it ever is it so important for us to be speaking private about?
How do I put this? I told Morden.
She goes and she lowers her head and then she glares at you. As much as I hate saying it, why did you tell him? Granted, he needed to know eventually, but now, with all things, especially in the middle of this war, don't think you understand. That boy, dear bless his heart, he might go running off to find whatever happened to him.
So? You let Del Sando run off wherever he wants.
Yes, but Del Sando has a protector with him. As much as I'd assigned the troops with the soldiers within under General Sartre.
Listen, Helena, I respect you. You have done more for this country than anyone. But you have to understand, the boy has to be free at some point. He deserved to know.
He does deserve to. Just now is not the good time to do so.
Then when was? When all of us are good and dead?
Yes.
You know just as well as I that we do not have much more time to tell him.
That is why I had prepared for such measures. I'm sure he's well aware. I'm sure he's told you about the rumors too of the memory thing. Yes, we've been working on that, and yes, it succeeded. And it just so happens, Marlowe, that I have already left him one in the case that I may fall. Or any of us may fall, for that matter. Or even you! I'm sorry.
Helena.
Everything's been kind of tough. Look.
I understand your worry. But that's not something you can just leave a message for. That has to be from the heart.
You may be right. You may be right. You gotta understand something. It's different, more different for him, because he is, well, he is just like his father. And we both know how idiotic of a fool he can be. Smart one, but idiotic nonetheless. The last thing I want to see is him go out and do what his father did. Granted, yes, it was for the good of the kingdom. However, left the kingdom in a bad shape. Granted, I was able to pick it up from the ground. But we need him and all the other children alive.
Yes. There are other ways to keep him alive than to lie to him and break him.
Look.
Listen.
As a mother...
Before you say anything else, Estine even said it was a good idea.
Let's see.
And so did Marinette, and so did Del Sando. They all agreed that he should know.
I see. If he comes talks to me about it, then I shall let him know as well.
I didn't tell him everything. I wouldn't take that from you.
Figured. Last thing I need him to know is actually how he died. We both know that. In the case, I do have one request, just like the others as well.
Of course.
Granted, I know very well this should be of my motherly duties as well, but I have other duties to attend to as well. As much as I'd love to give my time and soul and energy to this child and all the other children, I do have to handle this war as well. Just like Garrick, Elrin, Marks, even. I would like to request for you to keep an eye on him and make sure that he does not do
Of course.
Anything as foolish as...
I would have done so whether you had requested of me or not. He is Xander's son, after all.
She smirks at him. You know what? I was right in putting my faith into you, just like I had told my husband. You are a good man, Marlowe. I'm glad for you to have put your services into the kingdom, as well as serve us, and be a family member of any of the other kids could ask for. Now then, I do request for you to do one thing.
Of course.
In a few days' time, I have sent out a request today. In a few days' time, I hope for this to arrive. A response. The event that I am able to go and talk to the King Robert himself, about a peace treaty, I need you to stay back with Morden.
Of course.
But if he proves too much of a trouble, and he really insists on going, you better make sure that you bring, and this is an order directly from me, a good amount of protection on him.
I will.
I mean everything. Don't get me wrong. I have let Morden have a little bit more freedom than as I would personally like, but I do understand he needs to experience the world as is. However, this is a trivial matter that, in my eyes, if anything were to go wrong, I can't even imagine what could happen to that poor boy, as well as the other children. But the children have already accepted this. They are prepared to do whatever it takes, even Del Sando, despite his musical
they can
effort.
take care of themselves. I made sure of that.
Good. Then I shall see you in a few days' time. That is all. If there is anything you else would like to speak to me about, do so now. I do have some things I must take care of.
That is...
Thank you.
That is all.
Now then.
Till next time, Helena.
Until next time. Also, one last thing, though. Almost forgot about that. This peace treaty goes through. I'm putting Del Sando in charge of the kingdom for a small bit of time. I am going to be going on it. I will intend to go on a small little vacation with him. Spend some quality time, you might add.
All right.
However,
as much as I know the boy is, you know, I do trust him to run a kingdom.
Yes, which is why I'm also putting you as an advisor for him. He has proven well in one of the other attempts that I allowed him to run the kingdom, and by the gods divine, I am surprised to come back to see the palace or the kingdom not burned down. He actually did quite well, more well than I expected.
You're fucking welcome!
You can go and thank Garrett for that, but that's beside the point. We will be needing to take some travel. Now then, I shall see you in a few days.
See you, Helena.
And he would leave.
Alright. Now then, during this time, Garrick.
Okay.
Oh, my throat.
Rasmira,
Right.
do any of you guys have anything you'd wish to do?
Well, Rasmira is still in her panic from the day before.
It depends if Rasmira wants to talk to Garrick or not.
She would, really.
Alright then. Then yeah, I'll make time for that.
She's just,
Yep.
Well, she's been looking around for several good places to hide from when her dad would arrive into the city. She comes up
Rasmira,
and knocks on his door.
One sec. I open the door. Oh. Hey, 42.
Why the fuck do you keep calling me that?
Don't... You wouldn't understand. Anyways, come in. What can I do you for?
I just wanted to let you know that if I go missing, do not worry.
Okay. Considering what happened to Mox, I will. What's this all about?
She's legit shaking and she looks very pale.
Alright, come in. Sit down. I'll get you some tea.
I can't sit?
Then stand
can't
up and
sit.
I'll get you tea.
She's literally pacing.
Yep. I'm making tea for her. Alrighty, now what is got you so rattled up?
My father is coming to the city.
Oh, you mean your adoptive one.
Same thing.
And you're not happy about that.
Mm-mm. I am not, and I am not looking forward to it. Neither is Quarterback, if I would assume.
Is he a
I
bad
think
man or
he knows.
something?
He never liked me in particular.
And you're scared of facing him again.
Yes. About half of the scars on me is because of him. He never really cared as a father. And I can't stress enough how much he wasn't exactly there for me as a daughter and father.
I take off my shirt and my body is riddled with so many scars. With shit ton of scars. Trust me, I can relate. My own father was a piece of shit.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. My own father was a piece of shit. Most of these are from him. The rest are from my own mother.
Thank God my mom wasn't as cruel.
But if there is one thing I don't regret, it is confronting him before I left. I've noticed that you're more confident these days.
I try to be.
Also, I put on back my shirt. And
I
yet
really
you're scared
try
of him.
to be.
And you're scared of him.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's only when we're scared that we can truly be brave.
I've been running away from him for years.
And
I hide within his... I hide everywhere. I even have a house outside of the city.
you can always run. Running's the easiest thing to do. Sometimes it feels like the only option. But the road will end. He'll close the gap. And when he does, he'll be too tired to stand up to him. You can't run forever, Asmira. If you want my advice, brace yourself. Visualize this encounter in your head. Don't let him control you any more than you already are. If you want to be done with him, do so. Tell him to his face that he no longer has any power over you. That he no longer has any power over you. And when you do, then only then will you truly be free.
I don't know.
It's all
She's
right to
literally shivering.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hug her. It's alright to be scared. I'm always... Everyone is scared. But what we do in response to fear is what matters. If you want to be rid of him, you have to confront him.
What if I can't?
You have Korvac to stand by your side. You have Ellerin. You have me. We won't let anything bad happen to you. You're our friend, Rasmira. It's alright to lean on us
She
when
would
you
kind
need
of just accept the embrace.
Yep. If you need me, I'll be there for you. The same way I would any of the others.
Thank you, Garrick.
Of course. I think that's all we want to go with this.
Yep, that's as far as I want to go with this.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm in
So-
waterworks.
Yeah. All right.
I mean-
Emotional scene after emotional scene.
I mean, to be fair, that hit home for Garrett considering.
Yeah.
I mean, also to be
Alright.
fair, I lost internet, so I lost.
I know. Yeah.
She's scared as fuck.
I know, but we can only be brave when we're scared.
Yep. That's the
And
only
we'll
time
leave it-
when we're actually
Alright.
brave.
Mhm.
How are you guys holding up so far in terms, like,
I can
not
go.
out of character?
Like, yeah, I can
Okay.
keep going.
'Cause I
Okay.
have like one last
I can
thing
keep going, but
lined
I
up my
think
I do have
and-
one last thing up my sleeve. However,
I'm
you
good
guys
with
already
it.
With
told-
who is
so,
this dealing?
This is dealing. This would relatively deal with everybody.
Okay.
then we should probably
however,
wait till everybody's here.
Well, you said you had
more
something.
importantly, by everybody, I mean more importantly along the lines of what was it?
Well, it's either Rasmira's
the
thing.
royal.
It is either
No,
me.
It is not Razmir's thing. It is the peace treaty.
Okay, that should
Okay.
be wait for
That-
everyone.
Oh no, that
should be
definitely
left
should
for
wait.
next
Alright.
session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you said you
I
had
think
some.
that should wait.
Yeah, because you said you had something planned for me and Rasmira. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will be the next session. That is going to be the end of this session, and next session for this campaign will involve that and the other arcs.